Alright, hello. A rare Mither stream in March. March Mither? Oh, that would be. Oh, that's a good. That's a good. That's like M months of Mither alliteration. That is a good idea for like streaming, doing like a bunch of streams. If I had the time, which I don't right now. But hello, hey, Low Red, welcome back. I am just slowly returning back to, I guess, to normal. I don't feel as tired as I did the last few days, so that's good. I'm glad you're enjoying Reverse 1999. That's awesome. I'm glad you got into it. It's a good story, right? It's a fun story. I really like the story of this game, and the gameplay is simple, and the character's interesting. How many games give you a character where you get a dog, you get TVs, even though the TVs aren't low rarity. It's pretty interesting. But yeah. We're gonna play the side chapter of the event, and that's technically spoilers because you grinded, so it's fine. But it doesn't matter. You should play regardless. Vertin is cute. Vertin is cute. Vertin is cute, and that's why everyone likes Vertin. Poltergeist is also cute. Poltergeist, I'm assuming you can see, because Poltergeist is the ghost girl, right? Let's see. Yeah, oh, not rabies. I'm assuming you can one of her insights, you can see with what she looks like under the sheet at some point. But she sounds cute. She got a cute voice.
Next, I'll sing a song here.
Your love. Yeah, it's a cute voice. She seems like she'd be pretty cute. Even if not cute, still would still think cute. It's too bad some of the more interesting designs are low rarity characters. Like Poltergeist is cute, not well, she's cool, but Poltergeist and TTT, the TV girl, the donkey head guy, Ray the Scarecrow, John Titor. I feel like I've heard the name. Oh, there's John Titor. Yes, the code.
4869.
I think they're just straight up just talking in, they're talking in some sort, I think it's either hex or I think it's hexadecimal. I think that's what John Titor is speaking in. I think, but they're all about coding. They also seem cool. It's better low rarity. Hey Kit Kat. Yeah, I had time to stream. I made sure I had time to stream. But also I've been dealing with like sleeping issues and being tired all the time, but I'm recovering from that. I'm slowly coming back to normal on that. Look at their voice lines. Bites. Oh wait, no, you said their voice lines. Voice lines is here. I never actually checked these.
4875 60
Oh, okay.
469 7479 626164 666F72 7063.
That's hex. Okay, no, that's definitely hexadecimal, just all combined together.
332E 3134
It has to be hexadecimal.
3236353335.
Why? I don't know any of the story yet of John Titor, but I'll throw her into the wilderness so that she can raise her relationship, so I can learn why she speaks in code. But I appreciate that. It's fun. It's fun. Yeah, excuse me. I'm still yawning, but it's not like, but I'm not passing out, which was happening normally after work. Garbled coding logo. Yeah, that's very appropriate. Hear just emotions. You definitely hear emotions in the numbers and letters she talks. She speaks. Let's see, what we got, like an angry one. Pre the battle.
4669
Well, summon it.
4567
Sorry, there's no. I'm looking for like something that's angry, but there's no above.
5265 7375 6473 6F66 7072 6F6 772 616D.
So there's like animated, and then there's just like monotone, and then like with Idol, she would just sound tired. Yeah, that's all I got. What are the non-battle ones? Let's see one of the non-battle ones. Where is
4869.
4869? One of the non-battle ones. Sleeves and clothing. Sleeves and hands?
57616E6E61. 776F726B. 746F6765. 74686572.
Hats. Okay, the hats and hair.
486579. 446F6E2774. 746F756368. 6D65.
Yeah, very. Yeah, other than her face looking annoyed, she's got the very like quick, like snappy, quick and snappy delivery. So yeah, that sounds like she's kind of mad. Brenda's not awake enough for this. You don't gotta worry too much about it, Kit Kat. I don't know what they're saying either. What the suitcase?
48756D6964697479.
Well, she's Anki in this one too.
666F72. 7063.
Sick recently and unable to keep food down. Ooh, that is bad. Still recovering. Yo, then that is bad. I'm sorry, Kit Kat. I hope it starts feeling better soon. I hope it doesn't last as long as my mine was digestion more. But yeah, I hope yours passes faster than mine did. Excuse me. I have a lot of yawns, but what else is new? And those are not 100%. Been eating a lot of bland foods, rice and porridge. That's good. Yeah, it's good if when you can't have like when like normal food is not sitting, not staying. Bland food's the way to go. Simple foods. That's what I was trying to do back in January and December. Yeah, that was January and December. But even then, it was still just going through. But that's a different thing. That's a different thing. For keeping it down, yeah, the simpler the food, the better, I would say. What are people? No, I have listened to Corn Bloom's voice lines, and I love her. Look at her. Look how cute she is. We got bottom insight. Bottom of insight?
The times never stop. Maybe I can't change anything. But at least I've once spoken out.
No, that's nice. That's nice. That's a nice line. I like that line.
Technically, these are all contraband. Now you are my accomplice.
I like her. Select 3 restoring condition.
For tomorrow.
Okay, no, that's just battle. Monologue?
To act like an idealist may be too big a goal. But to be a nice person doesn't sound bad either. Will they write a sonata about me too?
Oh, they better. They better write a sonata about you. I think Cornbloom is my favorite character so far in this game. I mean, I really like Pickles.
The puppy is delighted by your visit.
I don't know how can you not like Pickles? Look at him. He's so he's cute, and he also deals with nihilism. No, all the character designs are pretty interesting. Can't complain about any of them right now. Alright, so I'm gonna start the chapter. Side chapter happens after chapter 5. I don't know what this is about. But that looks like Matilda and Sotheby? Maybe? The shake of her head. Lovely me. With the shake of her head, the little white duck finds the gold crest. I hope this isn't too long. Because I kind of want to do it in one shot. Like one stream.
Wow. So this is the library in Burton School. So many people here. They're probably around my age.
Gorgeous sap green dress jumps into the library to SPDM. Its owner keeps talking in the sing-song tone like a chirping gold crest.
We've all said workshops and potion warehouses here, like in our manor.
Young Lay stands on tiptoe, looking around this place curiously.
Where can I find Miss Buanish? Madame Z told me to come here, but she didn't give any other clues.
And then Matilda makes herself known pretty easily.
The people here really need Mr. Teacapper, who is always nice and warm to the guests. Just twist his teapot ear, then he can take you anywhere. If not so, placing a luck-a-day potion at the entrance would help as well. If I had made it before I came, Miss Buanish and I might have met by now. Or she will just pop up behind me.
I'm guessing it's that second one.
Are you looking
Like that.
for me?
Well, that was easy.
Oh my word!
Oh my word! Oh my god!
Oops, that was too loud. Where are my manners?
So to be straightens the wrinkles on her dress and gives out her hand like a real lady.
Nice to meet you. Are you Miss Buanish?
The other girl nods haughtily, which is 100% Matilda. Uniform speaks for herself. It seems to be a historic... Oh! Oh yeah, this would be the first meeting for them, because Sotheby's been in... They've been holding out for a while. They never actually... Yeah, they haven't crossed paths before. Matilda's just been doing... student stuff? Academy stuff? Foundation stuff?
Fantastic. How did you find me? Did you see me in the Oniromancy? Or through a crystal orb?
Well, she does have a crystal orb.
Either way, it is the great Arcanum. I'm much greater than that. Look at you, dressed as if you'd just been to a ball. You are as eye-catching as the pigment board on a sketch.
Is that a compliment?
I saw you the moment I came into the library.
I mean, it's kind of hard to miss a girl in a bright green dress.
Does the foundation hold balls too?
I highly doubt it.
No, I'm saying. Est-ce que tu es ami de Vertin
Why does every friend of Verton's talk this way? They don't all talk. I mean, they're all unregistered arcanists. They all have, well, for lack of subtlety, they all have personalities, unlike most people at the foundation.
Never mind. Madame Z told me you wanted to look up the materials on the mysterious school that believes in numbers here.
The mysterious school that... Oh, right. Yes. Wait, how did...
Miss Mossel.
Oh, Miss Moisson probably told her.
Check the documents in the Foundation archive. So I'll go through the books in the SPDM library.
I was like, how does she know about the school when she hasn't been? I'm like, oh yeah, Miss Moisson. Miss Moisson. Croissant has come back and has probably filled her in.
If we can find anything about that school, we can be of more help to Vertin and her team. I'm sorry, Miss Sotheby, but I'm afraid the situation is going to disappoint you. While you spend the last hour looking for Teacatler's ear, the kind-hearted monitor assistant already gained a valuable access to the library. But I haven't found any records regarding the mysterious school that believes in numbers yet.
Like a bolt out of the blue.
Oh, but Miss Mossel said there are so many books here that they can cover the entire back of a Stronsay beast. That's a bit exaggerated, but she's right. Nevertheless, the librarian was transferred to a more important position years ago due to the storm. Many old books are not yet sorted. Some even went missing in the chaos.
Ooh, that's not good.
The only relevant materials I could find are the stories of Pythagoras and some books on mathematical theorems. But I don't think they have anything to do with Vertin's issue.
Stories about Pythagoras. Well, they did say that the Math Island probably was some weird Pythagoras cult, or at least based on his works. How's my week been? My week's been fine. Not as busy as the last week. I guess I'm like monitoring stuff. And that's been alright. That hasn't been too bad. I gotta go, Laura. No problem. Thanks for stopping by. take care of yourself. Have fun with Reverse 1999 in your spare time. I'll see you next time. Let's see. What else is going on? Yeah, I'm monitoring stuff. It's stuff that I was working on the last 2 weeks, and I've been trying to learn something new for my job. But it hasn't been super stressful, and I haven't had to work late, so I can't complain about that. So it's been alright. It's been alright. It's been a much needed break. It's good. Hey Andre, welcome back. Hope you're having a good night. Yeah, I'm glad too. I'm glad we're chilling for now. You're getting stressed for me. No, don't worry about my stress levels. I'll figure it out somehow. I just hope it doesn't carry over, because I know that something's coming up next week, but I'm hoping it's not major, so I can actually have time to stream again. But we'll see. New Vegeta's coming. Ooh, new Vegeta's coming out. Oh, is that what the Saiyan Day unit? Because I don't think there was a Saiyan. Was Saiyan Day released? No, the last unit was a Frieza, so no, Saiyan Day didn't come out. So yeah, the Vegeta must be a new Saiyan Day. Oh, that's cool. No, I haven't looked at the Dokkan Twitter yet, but I probably will after this to see what form it takes. It's probably not Majin Vegeta. I'm guessing not, because they had a Majin Vegeta Saiyan Day unit before. New transforming Vegeta and Big Bang active. So like a Super Saiyan one, like a Big Bang active. Like a Cell Saga one? Cell Saga Vegeta? Sounds neat. Sounds like it'd be cool. I'm probably gonna wait on it, but sounds cool. Yeah, I figured it might have to be Cell Saga, because that was when Big Bang Attack had its moments. Side banner is King Vegeta. Well, that's strange, actually. Because, yeah, that's actually just weird. King Vegeta has like no representation in Dokkan either. Maybe that's why. Oh no, Matilda sees Sotheby crying.
Happens. I can't do anything to help them.
Oh no, not sad Sotheby. I already saw sad Sotheby in chapter 2. Don't do it again. Yeah, King Vegeta has like one free-to-play card, and I think that's it. Like, yeah, it's like no representation, so maybe that's probably why. That's probably why. And I don't think about work. Oh, that's right. I was thinking about work. I was like, why? I'm like, oh, I remember now. I went. Today was because today's Pi Day. I forgot. Happy Pi Day. But I had pie at work because it was Pi Day, so I got free pie. Free pie. I love free pie. Love free food, but free pie. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I ate 2 slices of pie. I saw people... I was trying to figure this out when I was watching it. I couldn't tell if people were doing this on purpose or not, or if they just didn't want... or the crust was just hard to cut. Because we didn't have a knife that cut it, we just had the pie... the tool to serve pie slices, but then it's not actually sharp enough to cut much. People were just scooping out the middles of the pies without the crust. And I was like, I think it was like half and half, people who didn't want the crust and people who couldn't cut the crust with the pie serving tool. Because like some of them, like people took the crust, and but those were like key lime pie and like stuff with like a softer crust. So I'm like, okay, maybe they able to cut that. But then I saw I saw one with an Oreo crust. I'm like, and then people were just scraping the middle. I was like, I looked like there's a bunch of crust. I'm like, but the Oreo crust is good. Why are people scraping the middle out? Say the middle of the pie? Yeah, like the filling. Like the not crust part of the pie. I saw people only taking that. So some of the pies just wasn't hollowed out, but like it was like there's a bunch of like crust left over. And I was watching, I was like, because I tried on one of them, and one of them was an Oreo crust, and I got through that one. And there was also leftover crust, like people didn't want them. Like, okay, I'll just take this because it's Oreo crust, it's good. But there was like a graham cracker crust pie, I think it was key lime, and that one had no leftover crust. So, which I'm guessing it's because that's easy to cut. Although I would say the Oreo one was also easy to cut. But then, like some of the traditional pie crust was kind of hard to cut through. Like I had to really break out a piece of an apple pie that was like wasn't like tough to. It's not like a tough crust. It's like we just didn't. We weren't given a knife. We had formed lines to take pies. The pies were not cut in the slices or anything. So we had to make do with just the pie serving implement, and that was not sharp. So, but I think it was a combination of people who couldn't cut the crust and people who didn't want the crust. Because I saw someone, I looked and, like, not stared down anybody, but I looked down the line. I saw someone on one of the cream pies just scoop out the middle. Like, not even try to go for the crust, just scoop out the middle. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, what am I looking at? Oh no, what happened? Oh, the YouTube stream. YouTube said the stream died for like a split second. It seems like it's okay. Use a fork to figure out how to cut. I would have done the fork thing. But that means I have to lead the line, and I was not going to do that when there was like 10 other coworkers behind me. Pies are worth it to eat the whole thing. Yeah, that's the point of a pie. That's the point of a pie, is to eat the whole thing, eat the crust. Especially one of them's an Oreo crust. Like, what was it? It was like, I forget what it was, some cream pie with an Oreo crust. I'm like, that shit's good. I want Oreo crust, and people were not taking it. I was like, how are you not? Like, more for me. I took extra crust because it was Oreo. Not gonna waste that. But it's that. That's the whole point of the pie. It's the whole eat everything at once. Like, the filling's good, but you want like a nice crust. You would consider taking a whole ass pie. Want a whole ass pie? We didn't have that flavor, but yeah, I would have taken a whole. I would have taken a whole ass pie too if I was allowed. I briefly considered going back and checking for leftovers, because sometimes there are, and I know the office manager, and sometimes if there's leftovers and everyone's had their fill, she'll let me take some. This is before when we got like more consistent events and there'd be leftover food. But I did not, because one, I've been eating a lot of sugar already, and two, it's just not a good idea. I would eat that pie. I would eat that pie so fast it would not last a few days, and that's not a lot of sugar. But I would have done it if I could, probably. Just carry the pie back home. Because, man, free pies can be expensive. It's not like, these are not Trader Joe's pies. This is from, I don't remember the chain, but it was some chain. A chain that I don't really see nowadays. They're in grocery stores, I know that much. Forgot the name. But they're good pies. They're good pies.
Please stop being emotional. It doesn't work on this professional member of the Foundation.
Stop being emotional? What the hell, Matilda? You can't just tell someone to stop being emotional. And I doubt that. I think if it was Sonetta being emotional, you would have broken so fast.
Without field investigation permission, I can't take you out to collect information. But in fact, there is still another reference room only known to the most outstanding monitor assistant.
So smug.
Hooray!
Hooray! Ooh, too loud. Too loud in the library.
It's a violation to make noises in the library! Please follow me, Miss Sotheby.
Go to the mysterious library room. It's actually this. Well, no, are we counting? I guess if we count Sunday, or was it Saturday? Either way, last weekend I also had pie. You want pie? I had pie last week and I had pie today. I think I had pie like sometime earlier. Yeah, I had pie earlier in February too. I had nothing, but yeah, I had pie quite a bit. 3 times in the last month and a half, I would say. Yeah, 3 times last month and a half. That's a lot of pie. You want some pie? You want me to send you some pie? I can't do that because the pie will probably go bad. Unless it's frozen. And they do freeze pies. They sell them. I see them in the grocery store. But okay, what's your favorite pie? I have not said my favorite pie yet, because it wasn't there today.
So much, Miss Bueni.
But what's your favorite pie? What's your favorite pie? Anyone's favorite pie? Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is good. You can't go wrong with a good pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie is delicious.
You mentioned fall. I haven't heard that word for a very long time.
If I had to say, I know it. If my favorite is the banana cream pie. I love. Well, it's mainly because I love bananas, but I love a good banana cream pie. That's so good. It's so good. I can't. Oh wow! I should have known Twitch. Nah, I should have known Twitch would have. Of course, Twitch. Yeah, of course you would, Twitch. Of course you would. Nice. No, don't apologize. No, don't. I'm the one that said it. No, don't. I already allowed it. It's fine.
I remember.
God, oh, that's funny.
Taught me. He said,
Yeah,
express
Twitch doesn't like.
by holding a great ball.
I know where Twitch is going. I know what Twitch is thinking, but Twitch just looks at that a little, and it's not looking at anything closely. If it looked at just a little closely, it wouldn't be flagged. But nope. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I didn't think about that until I saw it pop up. I'm like, oh yeah. I guess they probably do, and they probably know about that.
I'll write to my father and ask for a brand new.
But anyway, yeah, banana cream pie, yeah, delicious, absolutely delicious. Top it with like some fresh banana slices, good whipped cream and meringue. Right there, that's a slam dunk, a home run. I almost said a slam run, which doesn't make any goddamn sense. But also, key lime pie. I like the graham cracker, the graham cracker crust. That is delicious. The key lime pie flavor is delicious. Kind of hard to make because you need key limes, which really, Florida, I feel like is like the one place. Well, no, any tropical place, but mainly Florida is like where you get some good limes for that. Apple pie with a scoop of ice cream on the side. Apple pie is good. If you have the apple pie with not the traditional crust topping, but I don't know what it's called, but it's like a crumbly topping. It's like if you know what coffee cake is, it's like the coffee cake topping, but you make that into a crust of the pie. That I love that type of topping. Because I don't know what it is. I think there's like butter and brown sugar and white sugar, and you crumble it all. You get all mixed up, and then you sprinkle on top. I don't know. It's something like that. That crumbly topping is delicious.
We can hold a twist ball on it when Burton and her team are back. Please allow me to say no. The monitor assistant of SPDM would never participate in such an inelegant activity.
An elegant, not. What if Sonetto's involved, Matilda? How about that?
Wait, did you just say Burton and her team?
There it is. There it is. There's her thinking of Sonetto. Got her. Today's a pie stream. It is pie day. It is pie day. It is pie day. If I had really prepared, I would have bought a whole bunch of pies. Actually, no, I wouldn't have. That's expensive. I would have bought a slice of frozen. I bought frozen pies. I'd somehow get a slice of a bunch of different types of pies and eat them or tasted them. Could have done that. That's a lot of sugar. I also don't know how to make a long stream out of that. I don't think I could. It'd probably be like 30 minutes and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go lay down because I ate like 6 slices of pie, and I'm wired and also gonna have a sugar crash very soon.
We can talk about the ball later.
Yeah, yep. You think about Sonetto. You keep thinking about Sonetto,
The
Matilda.
kind-hearted Matilda Buanish will try her best to help you with the task. But, of course, it's only out of her sense of responsibility, not for some personal reason.
It's personal. It's always personal. Pies are worth the sugar crash. I mean, yeah, pie's pretty good. Pie's pretty good. I agree. Pies are good. There's a lot of different flavors. Just tasty. overall, if you make it just for yourself, it'll last you like at least probably like 6 desserts, unless you don't have self-control, which is me sometimes. And that's why I don't have a whole pie or buy pie. No, that's not true. The reason I don't buy pies is because pies are expensive. Good pies are expensive. But also because I would... Unnecessary information room? Unnecessary information room? That's a weird name. Store... Currently unimportant files and reports. Okay. Very strange. You know, oh, I think they had a cherry pie today. I did not get the cherry pie. Now I'm kind of thinking about like a maraschino cherry pie. That'd probably be extremely sweet, but probably pretty good. There's nothing which that's what people call it. The footnote of history. Dun dun dun.
Here we are. The reference room storing unnecessary information. It's a place ignored by most staff.
Well, that's wonderful. Why do you have this?
Even so, this careful, reliable monitor assistant will not let go of any details.
She knocks on the rusty sign haughtily.
I hereby officially appoint you as the Chief Assistant of Monitor Assistant of SPD.
The fuck?
I will take my responsibility and teach you how to become a devoted Foundation member.
Chief Assistant of Monitor Assistant. Why does that sound familiar? Not like the title, that format. I feel like I heard that in either in a cartoon or a sitcom. The Chief Assistant of the Assistant. I swear, I can't put my finger on it, but I've definitely heard that type of line before.
Here is your first task. Read through these unsorted old files. All of them.
Well, that's fun. Dusty cabinet, the paper side has already turned yellow. Oh, jeez, that's old.
I have searched all the archived ones. These are the last parts.
Okay, if these are the last parts, that's not too
All
bad.
of them are discarded administrative documents, low priority materials, and substandard reports written by rookie investigators. By the way, you should know I didn't sort any of them out for you, and they don't necessarily have what you want. It's alright. Leave them to me. I love reading. You'd better do. Here's the key. Keep it safe. You can sit on the cushions there when you sort out the files. I don't want your dress to stain the stone bench.
Her dress to stain the stone bench. It'd be the other way around.
I'll go see if I missed any files. Listen, this monitor assistant will test you on your familiarity with these files when she's back.
Oh no, a pop quiz. So they're searching. Nope, that's okay. Nope. Okay, that doesn't be a to be continued. 3 hours later.
Double check completed. Looks like I didn't miss any relevant files.
Did you just leave Sotheby by herself?
Phew, quite a long day. I doubt if that spoiled lady can finish all the materials. She must have been bored and fallen asleep, waiting for her tea kettler in the dream. It takes much more than dancing at balls to be a Foundation investigator.
You're looking down at her, Matilda. What the hell?
I'll send her back to that teacher when she wakes up.
No, don't. I don't. Well, I already didn't like you. I don't like you more.
In the end, it will be the kind-hearted Matilda who finishes the task for her. Being a great monitor assistant.
You're using her.
Great responsibility.
You're using her to make yourself look better. What the fuck? Did you? I feel like you trapped her in here.
Oh, Miss Boanish.
I'm gonna allow herself to use a big smile with a stack of files. Huh. Files she didn't read are scattered on the ground. The others are been well organized in the cabinets.
You didn't fall asleep. Did you sort out these files? Yes. And I love these books in uncommon shapes. There are so many wonderful stories.
Ha! Matilda's met her match.
I often read books with Sassano when father wasn't at home. We read and read until the red bomb waves woke up the sun. Moreover, these files are much easier than Miss Moisson's reading to us. Here, the gentlemen from Rivercom, we tamed a whole group of Avanks.
Afanks.
How marvelous is that?
Assuming Afank is some type of. I'm assuming some type of bird.
Oh, okay. Looks like you meet the basic requirements for being a rookie investigator. Tu es plus ou moins qualifié pour être mon assistante en chef.
Well, you said that in French because you don't want to hear it. You're bitter. Moments from the monitor assistant busy announcing her big discovery, which
I
is.
also found this interesting report. It tells a lot about the storm and the numbers. Will this be helpful to Burton?
Sounds like it.
Show it to me.
Yeah. Piece of that is a yellow paper, right? And also the BGM cut out. Why? This neat report is written and it has no beginning or end. Obviously, the author is a meticulous person.
I have to say, it is undoubtedly a violation to submit such a report. But it will be a travesty of the truth and human sense if I cover it up.
Peace, sense,
Huh?
justice. They have always been the creeds in my heart, and are now the reason why I have decided to write down the whole thing.
I don't recognize his voice.
A long time has passed since the first attack of the most severe crisis in our time, but we are still wondering, what on earth does it mean?
Just chilling today, as you should. You should just be chilling and relaxing. Maybe having some pie. Well, maybe thinking about having some pie. It's actually cold right now. You have strong cold winds blowing. It's actually... See, that's weird because... Well, or maybe not weird. Because it actually was slightly warm today. And I do mean slightly. But, like... Temperature, like, it was... It's been, like, low 60s. Low 60s, high 50s for like all of winter, but recently it's been coming back up into mid 60s. I think like this weekend it's actually going to become close to 70 in some days. So I think it's starting. We're starting to hit spring, maybe. I don't know. Time. I gotta give it I gotta give it longer time than just like a weekend. But I'm like right now. Like normally I'd have my heater on. But it's no, I haven't had to turn it on today. It's nice. Means I use less electricity and my bill doesn't go up to oblivion, but it's not as much as gas. Anyway, God, don't buy. It sounds like nice weather. Actually, it was a nice day today. Your weather saying it is winter. Well, yeah, it sounds like maybe you got the winter. Maybe now you're just getting the brunt of winter. Or maybe it's just starting. I don't know how seasons work down there. But maybe it's late winter. Actually, speaking of weather, or not weather, just like time. Daylight savings time happened. I slept the entirety of a Sunday, so I didn't actually get affected by daylight savings time that much because I just slept the entire Sunday unintentionally. That was fun. That's I think what partially contributed to my like out of whack like body energy of just feeling tired the last few days. Which I'm hoping isn't gonna happen again. I actually feel like I have to set alarms on the weekends or else something bad. I'm gonna do it again. I don't like that. I don't want to do that. Hey, welcome back, Andre. We're just talking about pie, weather, daylight savings time, and some reverse 1990 story.
That was the eve of the millennium, of which no one had any memories beyond death. The next day, time was already reversed to 1996, the moment we opened our eyes.
1996. Be sure to take care of yourself. I am. That's why. Well, that's why I didn't. Well, that's why I haven't been streaming because if I forced myself, I could have. But that's a very bad idea. And I think it's just. Honestly, it's probably just blah 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 blah. It's honestly I'm yawning and that's not helping me enunciate. It's honestly the stress of the last 2 weeks. Probably just all like kind of came to a head, and now this week has not been super stressful, but like I think my body's just kind of readjusting, and my stress levels are going back down, and my body's just like kind of returning back to I guess my normal states, I suppose. But we'll see. I'm not forcing myself to do much else. But I do gotta make sure I like stay awake until like 10. I gotta stay awake until like 10:30 at least. Cause then if I go pass out in bed after that or on the couch, then I'll sleep a long time, and then it'll be the morning. It'll be early morning, but it'll be morning, and I won't be in such a bad state for work. That's actually another thing that's been annoying. Started off this year, and it's been like for only been like 3.5 months. So I've had to wake up earlier since my whole work team shift, since my boss is different time zone than me, and I don't like it. And I wish that means I could work earlier, or end earlier, but it doesn't really. I don't like it. I mean, I feel like I get a lot done. I already thought I got a lot done, but I feel like I get like a lot more done, and I'm just working more. And I just because I have to be up early to communicate with him about stuff, because that's time zones for you, and he's ahead of me, so yeah, I have to make sure I'm up early so I can actually get what I need from him before his workday finishes. Make it to the bed, not the couch. It's mostly the bed. I mean, like a little bit after work, I took a little nap on the couch, but it was only for like 45 minutes, which, considering me, that's not bad. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's not too bad. I didn't pass out for 3 hours. But yeah, I mean, normally for with the exception of like, I think it was Monday, with the exception like last week, where I actually did just pass out on the couch for like 6 hours. But that was last week. Yeah, that was last week. With the exception of that, I usually make it to bed, and then I go like to have my long nap, my long sleep. You trying to coordinate to watch stuff with friends in the Netherlands? Okay, that sounds harder. That sounds a lot. Okay, that sounds a lot harder. That sounds like a much bigger time difference to deal with. I don't know the time difference, but I'm gonna guess it's like at least 8 hours. Yeah, time zones suck. I mean they don't suck as a concept. They just suck when you try to coordinate things. 11 hours. Okay, I was off, but yeah. 11 hours ahead. I guess in theory you could do if your night is their morning. If you stayed up till midnight, it'd be 11. You could, like, on a Friday or Saturday, it could work, depending on when stuff gets released. But yeah, that's a lot rougher. That's a lot harder to deal with.
We walked out of the building made of grey and white marble as usual, hardly aware that the sun we bathed in was from another time.
So talking about the storm game reversing the years.
Our survival was unexpected and almost unbelievable in such a calamity which swept the globe.
So where's this marble building that they're talking about?
Why did the headquarters of the Foundation survive the reverse? Why couldn't we find our younger selves in the outside world?
Wait, what?
Did any other region survive it as we did?
Catch him as...
What was the cause behind this calamity?
So they're talking about, this must be like one of the first storms that happened. Catch him at his nights and your mornings. Well, yeah, that's what I would have guessed. I would have guessed either one or the other, because I doubt it's like you hit their afternoon, your early lunchtime. Seems the most ideal, like the plan it around like late at nights, early morning. That seems like the easiest time to plan, and you'll both be awake and available. So I have to go back to this for a second. So why did the headquarters of the Foundation survive the reverse? So this person writing was in the Foundation when the storm happened. This I don't understand. Why couldn't we find our younger selves? That I don't understand. You tell me they live like maybe outside the storm, or their younger selves are just not a part of history anymore, or the fact that they survived the storm removes them, their younger selves, from history, if that's what it's implying. Other didn't survive. What's the consequence coming? Yeah, so they're trying to figure out what the hell happened with the storm reversal.
Didn't know, nor did anyone else.
So what happens when you make friends online? Very true. Very true. You just make online friends and you learn what their time zones are. You learn what hours to work for them. And you try to make it work. Luckily, most of my online friends, which I guess like a few of my online friends converted to IRL friends, although I don't really see them very often. Just like they live like opposite from me. But a lot of them have only been a few hours ahead or behind, which makes it easy. Well, scratch that. Sort of easy. It's like sort of easy, but not at the same time, because it's like there's like if I get on late, there's like only a small overlap window that I might see them. That's even if they're in my Discord instance or my friend's Discord instance, because they have other Discords that they're hanging out in.
Things remained unclear until time was reversed again. This time, we all witnessed that rain in the 80s.
In the 80s. See, so Virgin saw the storm started out with 1999, and then went back to 1913, I think it's at. When did this one happen? Did they unreverse the storm, or is this like a different timeline? I'm not really sure. Is there multiple storms? Do I have water? Yes, I do. I still have water. I still have about a quarter cup of water left.
These files Burton needs.
They might be.
I think so.
Trembling voice. This monster assistant who always claims to have a cool head has never panicked so much.
It's a report written by someone who witnessed the storm. And it has recorded the storms before Burton became the timekeeper.
Yeah, because I was under the impression there was... Well, the storm was known while Verton was in school, but there's been no records of another storm before Verton became timekeeper. Why is this in the room of unimportant information? This seems like really important. Why is this stored over here? Unless it was hidden away. But I doubt it. That sounds extremely important to the story. Why is it sepia hue? It's all sepia. Why sepia? It's the same but sepia. After a terrible heavy downpour, it's hard to stay calm. Especially when that downpour is reversing time. And you and everyone you know.
Before she became the timekeeper.
So that's a pretty big revelation.
Whoa.
I think.
So
Should be.
Verton wasn't born a timekeeper.
Was it under the impression she was born a timekeeper? She became it after she was given the position, technically?
She didn't tell you that? Wait, no one is born a timekeeper.
Okay, South of yeah.
It's not an inherited title.
You're given that title, especially if you watch your friends become just reversed by the storm.
Includes the secret chronology only accessible to the core members of the Foundation. You can only check it under the supervision of the monitor assistant before you become a qualified investigator.
What? Only under the monitor assistant? Well, I feel like you're making that up. That's not the fuck carefully.
No matter what the reason
Yawning.
is, it shouldn't have been shoved in this dusty room like rubbish. To evaluate its authenticity and risk, the genius Mathilda Boiniche will fulfill her duty as the monitor assistant and carry out a thorough inspection of this report.
Don't you dare give it to Catherine.
If you agree to this resolution, please nod, Assistant Sotheby.
The speech is full of terminology Sotheby's never heard of, but it doesn't matter. Based on the tone of speech, she's already decided how to answer.
Yes.
Hooray! Hooray! Ooh, live animation, fancy.
That was 1985. A gloomy, miserable night compared to that peaceful morning in 1996, when we were only bothered by confusion.
I'm trying to think of if I can pinpoint the voice, but I don't think I don't think I've heard it before.
We didn't expect time to be reversed again, nor did we understand the consequence.
The consequences of our actions.
Even now, I still remember Paulina's
Wait, Paulina?
cry. One of her hens was already inside the safe area when she fell at the entrance to the headquarters. And that was the only part of her left to us the next second.
Oh.
The only legacies we found were an engagement ring on that hand.
Wait, there was more to that text and that wouldn't show up. Is it something about an engagement ring, I think? Oh, is that... Oh, is that Paulina's hand? Oh. Oh, it might... Yeah, that looks like a ring. That's a... Yep, that's the ring. That's Paulina's hand after... so the storm rained on her. She became reversed, but her hand was safe. So that's all that was left. And why I like... kind of like... start focusing on Paulina. There was a point in chapter 4 where they mentioned Paulina and where Paulina once stood. And she was looking through files, but she was important to the narrator. And I'm guessing this is why.
And her favorite blue polka dot scarf.
Oh.
Used to wrap her remains in the end.
Oh, there's the rest of the text. Why did it say this legacies we found is... They said this part... They said part of this already in the last text. Oh, it doesn't matter. And they wrapped the remains. Okay. That's the blue. That's the blue. That's the polka dot scarf. That's the blue polka dot scarf. Does Regan have a blue scarf?
I admired those who still remained calm and sympathized with the arcanists on the edge of mental breakdown. It had nothing to do with the 1/4 arcanist blood in my body.
Huh?
It was only the kind of empathy which all mankind would share out of instinct in the face of a hopeless calamity.
1/4 arcanist blood. So she's... If I had to think of this in Dragon Ball terms, because I'm thinking about Saiyan blood, she'd be a Pan. She'd be a Pan, because Gohan would have been half Saiyan, and then yeah, Gohan then and Videl had Pan. Pan would have been a 1/4 Saiyan, I think. Because if Gohan's half Saiyan, half human, yeah, Pan would have be 1/4 Saiyan. Yeah, so this girl's a Pan.
We lost many, too many colleagues. In the materials they sent back, we even saw all the horrifying phenomena, such as one's veins turning into electric wires.
One's veins? What the hell? I have not seen that with the storm.
Since then, the storm, a word simply taken from visual observation, has been used to refer to the calamity.
What the? Okay.
Of course, we can have a word for the calamity itself. But what words should we use to conclude all the absurdity and panic? Before the storm, we were all familiar with time. It was supposed to be a straight line connecting the past and the future.
Got monkey into man in the background.
We followed the line to move forward. We broke free from ignorance. We built civilizations. We developed technologies. We promoted the well-being of mankind. And we improved our living conditions step by step. We were so sure that we were making progress on the right path.
Is she saying that the storm reversed time all the way back to the beginning and then they were monitoring human growth?
Then, the path was taken away all of a sudden.
Or maybe not.
Oh, time. Our closest old friend, where are you taking us? Back to the two most painful war times in the 20th century?
Uh-oh.
The era when no one had ever heard the hiss of steam engines. Or the century when mankind was yet to be enlightened.
Questioning how far back we're going?
So far, mankind has achieved a lot in history. Dynamos, automobiles, flyovers, railways, hospitals, poorhouses. But if it goes on like this, what is the point of all the efforts we have made?
So does the storm only reverse back to a certain point in time and then stops in the midst? Time moves forward and then it happens again? An endless cycle, like preventing them from making progress after a certain point?
Now we are like
But then why? Why then?
island of time, witnessing the fall of the whole modern world in the unstoppable tsunami.
Oh, Jesus.
Even though the Foundation has lost a lot of staff members, they are still doing fine compared to Laplace.
Is Laplace different? I thought Laplace was a part of the Foundation. And what's going on with the destroyed equipment?
My younger brother was a good example. He was the most sensible person I have ever known. On the first day of the second reverse, he told me, in a calm manner,
The second reverse? How many storms have there been?
At least we have reaffirmed that Newton was right. There was never an arrow of time in classical mechanics. Neither in relativity nor quantum mechanics. That means this is absolutely normal.
What?
Whether the time goes backwards or forwards, even if it starts spinning around like a tabletop football player. They're not against the law of physics. We can go back in time and give Poincaré a Medal of Great Prophet.
That sounds like he might be losing it. I wouldn't say the time reversing itself is normal.
the next day he almost fell off the 6th floor due to excessive drinking. All the perceptions of time and space developed to this day were overthrown. We couldn't find any theories to explain the storm in any existing researches. There could only be two reasons for this situation.
Someone created it? Someone created it.
Either we've been completely wrong all the time,
Or someone made it.
or we've come to a brand new world.
Or a brand new world. Okay, is it not made? Okay.
And this new world can never make sense in the way of science, or that of physics. It cannot be verified by an independent third party, and it is impossible to be comprehended through reasoning.
So does this... I'm still confused what she's saying. Is the Foundation... I still don't know where the Foundation exists, because the Foundation seems like it exists outside of time. Outside of time, outside of the storm. Although no, the storm did hit the Foundation one time. In one chapter. But did not get rid of it. Did not reverse anything unless you were outside the buildings. So like, are they like multiverse hopping or something?
Is it true that we have been going the wrong way? Is it true that those once proven wrong by history, those arcanists who claim to possess gnosis, are actually on the right path? In fact,
I don't
the
know.
one who put an end to the chaos was indeed not a human.
Not a human?
This thing, I had no idea what it was. It claimed to be a machine which never stops working. It laughed the limitations of our brains and the metaphysical mistakes we make ceaselessly.
So something did stop the storm. Some machine? Or an android? Or a person with no emotions?
But it did solve the most urgent issue. A system was built to tackle storm-relevant emergencies after it took charge of Laplace.
After it took charge of... Wait. So you made a robot or a human with no emotion to take control of the scientific computing department?
The first measure it adopted was contacting all the existing branches of the Foundations at the time to confirm the scale of available manpower. Then it built observation stations all over the globe to find if there were any other regions immune to the storm.
Oh, is this how they find the island?
After that, numerous offices responsible for deducing the cause of the storm were established. Even though there were countless disagreements during the research, at least we had taken the first step. I handed in the application to take part in this mission, determined to get rid of the fog in my mind.
But...
In 1986, I was assigned to the office in Egypt. All my friends came to the dock to see me off,
And then...
because we knew it could be the final goodbye.
Oh.
Even though we were equipped with the emergency communication devices issued by Laplace, we were still not clear when the storm would assault us, or where we could hide nearby.
So essentially life or death to try to figure out the storm.
What really scared me was not the threat to my life, but the possibility of dying ignorant. Then I boarded the ship to Alexandria from Athens. And that was when I met her.
Who's her?
Now when I recall it, it was almost impossible to ignore that group of arcanists on the ship.
And they all have robes, and is that Manus Vindictae?
There were about a dozen of them.
Is that Manus?
Eccentric stitched robes. They were followers of a strange school which mixes arcanum and mathematics.
Oh no, it's... Unless it started as Manus Vindictae. Probably not, but that... Yeah... That sounds like the island that 37 and 6 are on.
How much that conversation revealed us more. I was more excited than confused at the time. They also survived the storm in 1996.
They
They
did.
noticed the unusual changes taking place in the world as well. That means I actually met another group of survivors from the millennium.
Okay, well that's a lot of new information.
Wait. A school of arcanists who survived the storm?
That's where the next to be continued is? So now, mysterious writer and 2 people from the School of Math. I need some more water. I'm already out. I'm out of my I'm out of water. I'll be right back. And my stream deck ain't working, so I don't hit the mute button. So you get hot mic. Mike. I don't know. I kind of have to go to the bathroom too. Yeah, I'm gonna do. Nah, I'm fine. Nah, we're fine. Oh, you use the bathroom? Okay, let's keep going.
A mixture of arcanum and mathematics. The ship on the Mediterranean.
Hearing me in the distance was funny. How's it? I mean, it should sound fine. I couldn't mute because my stream deck ain't working right now. OBS had some update and my stream deck just the OBS buttons aren't working, and I didn't know until like 5 minutes before I was gonna start. I'm like, well, I can't. I tried to quick fix it with restart it, didn't work. So I gotta go see what changed. So I can't easily mute or anything. Everything I'm doing is manual, which is fun. It's fun. It's like when I first started streaming. But yeah, so you get the free hot mic. I assume it sounds fine. I'm like, I don't know, just me farther away. Just me farther away, which I think is more or less the same, unless you, like I don't know, what's funny? What would be a funny thing? Like I was gonna say you hear me using the bathroom, but my bathroom's pretty far away. I don't think so. I don't think that would work. If anything, you get like still Mither, but still Mither that speaks, which I guess you could consider a jump scare, depending on what pose I'm frozen in when I get up to get water.
Unbelievable. Our investigator actually met this group of arcanists who believed in numbers and even left such a precious record down on paper.
Does it mean we are close to being helpful to Vertin?
Probably are getting close to being helpful for Vertin. Let's have a cheer.
Certainly. It's what we deserve for all the efforts today. But why did they leave such an important report in the reference room storing unnecessary information.
That's what I'm saying.
Did they misput it here after the chaos of the storm?
Maybe, or maybe they were trying to cover up something. Because for an organization that wants to stop the storm, they're kind of secretive with who knows what about the storm. Which is kind of weird. But a lot of this is, the organizations here are kind of, they're both weird. They're both shady. Maybe I should use the bathroom. Nah, keep going.
Among them, the most easygoing one was Hugh.
Hugh?
He was an engineer as well as an arcanist. We shared the same preference for human technology, and that became our common topic.
There's a photo here of somebody.
Hugh was in his 30s.
In his 30s?
Red-haired,
Red?
cheeks sunken, and deeply depressed due to some kind of eye disease.
Okay, this gotta be Hugh, but the hair's blue, or is that a robe covering? Anyway, that doesn't look red.
He was a decent man, with a prudent attitude, working at a desk most of the time. He reminded me of the imperial miniature painting artists in the Sultan's palace. Most of them ended up blind after toiling for their life.
Well that's sad. Jeez. Imperial miniature painting artists in the Sultan's palace that go blind. They're working their life away.
He showed me the picture of his daughter.
Jeez.
I don't have children, but I could feel his happiness as a father.
I don't have children but could feel his happiness. I'm sure if he talks about his kid, he's probably happy about them. If they're a decent parent, I assume they would be happy.
Although I got along well with Hugh,
Unless their kids
out of place among that
done
group,
something terrible.
which was actually led by her.
Her. Who is her? Who's her? Who is it?
I don't know what words to use to describe her.
Could you say her name at
It
least?
was like a meteor shower, a tempest, or an unreasonable catastrophe itself. Her existence was just like her name. It was simple, yet implied a lot.
Is her name Arcana? Are you gonna drop that Arcana once led the numbers group?
Please forgive me for my cowardice. Even now, I don't have the courage to write.
Oh, why?
If one would call that a name.
Just say that. Well, maybe if it's such a threat, you should write it the fuck down for your researchers, for your colleagues, to imply this woman is a threat.
In fact, she was quite a kind, warm-hearted person.
Or she's kind. You're what?
She was one of the nicest ones towards the Foundation.
Make up your mind. Unless she's manipulating them. Unless she's trying to manipulate you.
She looked young, even though I heard she had a daughter too.
What?
Besides, she still possessed the innocence of a child.
Huh? Why do you?
And that kind of excitement, exclusive for genius. That's right. It seems the whole world was like a sparkling toy to her.
So like a toy, and like she would experiment with us, or like she's actually just like full of wonder and excited about the world. Are you gonna tell me this is Arcana and then she got traumatized?
Our communication was heart-stirring at the beginning.
What, heart-stirring?
Both of us were eager to find out what was happening. Like two shipwrecked victims grappling at each other on the sea.
I'm getting a lot of mixed signals about this person with you and her.
But I didn't have the slightest idea what she was talking about, actually. The problem was not the typical communication issues between humans and arcanists.
Didn't know there were communication issues.
I was sure the language we used didn't pose any obstacles. But still, I couldn't understand any words of hers.
I don't... Did she just speak a different language?
I would believe that one is highly intelligent if one can name all the factors of 11,567 without thinking.
I would say so too, but why do you know that?
But what this one said was illogical nonsense which no one could ever imagine.
Okay, well, what was it?
She claimed that there is a world of numbers, above all else, says the non-physical essences of all things exist in the form of timeless, absolute, unchangeable ideas, and that the physical world where the time flows is nothing but an appendage, which has never been real or true.
Well, that does fit the numbers group. They feel like numbers, yeah, are basically forever, immune, immortal. And everything else is meaningless. This world of time flows nothing but an appendage. So numbers, the stream of numbers, which I kind of think of like a data stream. Now that I think about it, kind of think of like a data stream where it's a timeless data stream.
And that's why the chaos in this world is not worth any attention, and we should focus on what happened to the supreme existence.
The supreme existence. Supreme existence.
What an utter disaster combining modern maths with ancient superstition. I saw another hubristic arcanist pretending to be the prophet by reliving Platonism. I don't even bother to mention the balderdash on soul numbers. Even the New Age movement could use some of her absurdity. But that was not yet the end. She even claimed to be aware of the exact year when the next reverse would happen. But when I asked her about it seriously, she said,
My apologies. I've made an oath. I shall and only shall reveal the demonstration to people who have their own soul numbers.
Okay, this is not Arcana. That is not Arcana as well. That's not Arcana. Wait a second. Wait. I just thought that Hugh has a red-haired daughter. Red-haired daughter. So I'm thinking, no, Sophia lost her mom? No, Sophia lost her dad. Sophia lost her dad. Is this 37's mom? And then Hugh is Sophia's dad? That actually would make sense. Because I just remember they both died in a boat. This is a boat.
I'm not sure whether she was making fun of me or being
Hugh has a red-haired daughter.
I had this feeling that she was eager to tell me how she was granted the secret through a moment of afflatus.
This person is obsessed, the woman is obsessed with numbers. Has been associated the color blue with them, which 37's hair is blue.
She just saw through the laws behind all things instead of finding them through logical deduction.
And it sounds like 37's attitude.
Can't you see it? It is right in front of you.
No, that's the same speaking mannerism as 37 too. Yeah, so this is 37's mom. And Hugh is Olivia's dad.
After I expressed my inability to comprehend her words 30 times.
30 times.
She finally gave up and proffered regrets. I'd rather take it as a new kind of humiliation.
You're getting so confused. Let's see, the quick recap then. So this is the side, so there's chapter 5, the event / main story. In that there is a cult of arcanists, people who can use magic. I'm gonna do it though because I can sum it up. I can sum up why I'm like reacting the way I am. You meet a girl, like the whole thing with this cult is like they don't have names, they look for the number in your soul, and that means something. The first one you meet is 37. She's a blue-haired girl who's obsessed with numbers, and mainly finding people's numbers. And you also meet a red-haired girl named either Olivia or Sophia. I forgot her name. I think it was Sophia. Was it Olivia? Is either Olivia or Sophia? She doesn't know her number, but she has red hair, and she lives on the island too. 37 and Sophia / Olivia, I think it's Sophia, so 37 lost her mom. Sophia lost her dad on a ship that got hit by the storm and killed them all, essentially. Well, not essentially, did kill them both. And that has affected both of them in their lives in a lot of ways. And what I'm seeing here in this side story is I think Hugh is Olivia's dad, and this woman, her, is 37's mom. this is significant because it was theorized or kind of teased that the villain group was responsible for the storm hitting their ship.
What really irritated me about her, however,
Now we have someone who knew them.
towards science and all the scientific research methods.
Knew them and wrote a report on them, and that's pretty interesting. For
As far as I
me,
am concerned,
anyway.
the value of a theory lies in its
But yeah, that's
reliability,
kind of, yeah,
universality, and
kind of what's going on.
generalizability.
You should see there. You maybe. I don't think you saw the one story chapter. There was a part of the story chapter with the math people, where there's a debate, and the debate is just logical fallacies. It doesn't have to make sense as long as it makes logical sense. It doesn't matter how absurd it sounds. It was just logical loopholes that I was losing my mind over because I was thinking like this, like logically. And strictly logically, it made sense. But if you heard the argument, common sense would be like, that doesn't make a lick. You sound crazy. And I was losing my mind, like, oh my god, I can't believe the society is based on logical fallacies and loopholes, rather than like actually like considering like, does this actually make any sense? Would this actually make sense besides if A plus B equals C, even though if A and B are not related? It was fun. It was fun. It was interesting for me. Gonna pretend that you remember that. Of course. Is that wink coming through? Yeah, that wink came through. Okay. Anyway, yeah. We'll pretend you remember that. I'm totally expecting. Yeah, there's gonna be a quiz and everything at the end. I'm totally. Everyone's watching this. Just like 3 people, maybe, totally invested in the story, like me.
Has laid the foundation of modern science.
Pop quiz?
Now
Yeah.
change the world.
I'm gonna ask you what color hair one of the characters is.
Yet in her eyes
That's the only question I got so far.
lies in its beauty. I talked to her on the current situation, and I told her how we would save lives and preserve the hard-earned technology.
Final answer
of
is red.
mankind if we could find
Well,
the pattern of the
if I load up my random number generator and read it, and then I pull a number that fits that one character that has red hair, you will be right.
It was of course not an easy thing to do and would take enormous manpower, so I asked her sincerely to join the Foundation. Yet again she responded with contempt. She believed they would only become another military squad of the Foundation's.
That's kind of true because the Foundation is kind of, it's oddly strict and boot camp like. And they put kids in isolation for disobeying the rules, for God's sake.
Darling, maths are beautiful for their uselessness.
Maths are beautiful for its uselessness. What? Okay, no, 100% that's 37's mom.
That's why it remains noble and graceful in this sordid world, despite you humans' reckless action of using it to calculate ballistic.
Calculating more than ballistic. But I mean, ballistic is not, I mean, that's not bad. Ballistic shells,
She turned
ballistic,
down my invitation and
ballistic,
left an unfairly loaded comment
calculating
on the
ballistics is
observation
good.
project.
I'm just saying.
The observation stations you built are destined to be toppled.
Okay.
As their basis is the fragile world that follows the laws of physics.
You don't like,
The
you like math, but not
efforts
physics.
are like nails on a sand beach, which will only be carried away by the next tidal wave.
That's a really haughty way of saying your foundation for your answers is bullshit, and no one's gonna remember it. But she took 2 long sentences to tell you that. That's
But I said, perhaps
that's
all
something.
our
That's
thought in vain, but
hmm.
someone has to do it. We will try every corner of the beach before
Explains
making the
37's
conclusion of
attitude a
the
little
world
bit.
we are living in.
37's
Hopeless ruin.
37's. She's like this. She's like that. She's like her, except not as bad. Which is kind of maybe a fucked up thing to say, knowing what happens to 37 to her. Maybe.
What a pragmatic rigorous and rational speech. But dear, the world is a hopeless ruin.
I mean, I don't disagree with that.
The conversation ended in disagreement. I don't know why arcanists hate the world so much. Perhaps the reason is they have never been truly accepted. To this day, I still remember her venomous conclusion.
The world built on past experiences has ended. In your words, which you used to mock us, why not embrace the reality?
Okay. Really don't like each other, huh?
Yet about the gnosis which she deeply believed in, and the so-called prophecies she made through numbers, she had never given any proofs or details that showed rigorous logic.
Well, yeah, that kind of hurts her standing.
And the reason for her inactions was an oath she had made before some stone?
Like I said, this doesn't make any logic, any common sense.
Therefore, I believed her words were only the nonsense of a lunatic. When we first met, I thought she was different from all those psychos, who mistook the malfunction of their prefrontal cortex as the will of God. But they turned out to be the same.
They're all the same.
In the name of human sense, I swore everything she said was absurd and ridiculous to me.
Until I saw numbers falling from the sky, or the storm is gonna hit their ship.
Madame Z said the arcanists on that island are all named after numbers, because they have a strong belief that numbers are the essence of their soul.
The very essence means the number is them. And you need to know some numbers are good, some numbers are bad. Prime numbers are good.
The investigator wouldn't
I bet an even number is not good.
Is it because of the conflict between their beliefs?
I don't get. Yeah, why do? Is it because she had a number? You're like, I don't want to write down your number, because I want to know what her name is, or her number. An empty page. Ah.
That's all.
That's all you. Why you blue balled us? Because the story ends with an abrupt stop, or the hope has just raised. Blah 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 blah. The hope just raised has been dashed down. Sweaty palms. She got sweaty palms.
Such an unfinished report would only cause problems for the reviewers and evaluators. But this investigator didn't even write down their name.
If she was on the ship that had 37's mom and Sophia's dad, and those two are dead, in theory she would have died too, because I don't think anyone from that ship survived. But then how does this report get back?
Don't worry, Miss Burnish.
Did she escape?
Every time after the brave Typhon defeats Jupiter, he returns to the Auto Island. But each time we twist the ear of Mr. Glassbox, Typhon will show up again and again.
I'm sorry, Sotheby, I do not know what you're saying.
Miss Moisson told me the ear is the key to bringing back our hope.
Wait, don't tell me you are talking about the shows on the mechanical television.
The mechanical television starts looking around for the ear that carries all her hope.
Stop, Miss Sotheby. Please, take a seat on the cushion and listen to me carefully. This is a detailed report written by a formal investigator of the Foundations, not some TV show full of cliffhangers.
Ha!
We will definitely find the rest somewhere.
That's funny. TV show full of cliffhangers. That's funny because literally every chapter ends on a cliffhanger. More or less in this game.
I see. Must be a Coco treant who took away the other part of the book.
You know, you do you, Sotheby. I don't understand, but you do you.
Usually, they will be attracted by Luna Fixer.
Okay.
And by following their traces, we'll find their lairs in the stable.
So you're gonna look for a paper trail?
You mean someone took it away?
Or that.
That's highly possible. Data loss is not allowed in the Foundation, especially under the Monitor Assistance Management.
It's highly possible someone tried to destroy the other parts of the report.
We must prepare Luna Fixer. Don't forget their favorite jigging magical beans.
Let's not talk about jiggling magical beans.
I don't have those materials with me right now, but I can write to them. It only takes a month.
A month? We don't got a month. The swimming conversation is clear too much for the rigorous monitor assistant.
Nuh-uh. We
No.
don't need that.
She really just did a nuh-uh. What the hell? I did not expect a nuh-uh in this game. We're gonna do some fortune telling.
You accomplished the task from me when you found this valuable report. Well done, Assistant Sotheby. Now it's time for the great Matilda to show a little bit of her greatness.
She really is gonna just... She's just gonna read the future and just find out the report, huh? Divination in the day. Meet countless great diviners before the real answer is revealed. So, is that saying Matilda's not a great diviner? Philip Place Scientific Computing Center! Excuse me. There was no moonlight during the daytime. But moon is not the only choice for divination.
Judging from the omen, it's at the northwest, the beginning and the ending of the ring, where the wall reflects repeatedly.
I can make it. It's adjusting her position. We're trying to figure out the vague vision in the sphere. Should I use the sun instead? Will that work?
The northwest of SPDM. This one is straightforward. The beginning and the ending of the ring is not a problem either. The icon of the computing center is exactly the Ouroboros, a serpent eating its own tail. Here we are. But where the wall reflects repeatedly, does that mean a closed room with mirrors? The mirror in the display center is a huge kinescope in the wall, and the one in the airtight laboratory is a crystal clear observation window. The one in the rehab center? No. The mirrors in the operation room have been replaced with burst electronic screens of steel structure after that xenopilot made a scene.
Oh yeah, she broke through a window.
So, where is the answer?
She just wants a bunch of mirrors? Find perfect angle for clear vision. A white figure storms away from her side, almost bumping off the orb as she tightly holds.
Hey! You just hit me! Shouldn't you apologize?
Who is it? Eh.
Where did you come from, dork?
What the?
Wasting my time.
Shut the fuck up! This isn't a fight map. I would fight. I'd beat you up, researcher. Groans like Chris hates it, just covering his hands, nose, and mouth. What the hell?
What? How could he say that? That's rude!
Throw your crystal ball at him.
That gentleman doesn't look well. He's covering his face. His nose is running with purple liquid.
That's not normal.
Oh dear. Did he drink a whole bottle of purple crystandra juice?
That's not normal.
He needs treatment immediately. Oh, if only I had brought the Phoenix heart nerves with me.
I think she's just listing off a bunch of random potion ingredients.
He ran towards the rehab center. Nothing to worry about. Just another patient trying to prove he has recovered.
But the little incident doesn't raise anyone's attention.
The rehab center has
That's
all
weird,
the
though.
facilities and medicines he needs. He will be properly treated. But why is he wearing the uniform of Laplace?
Yeah, I would be asking that too.
And where's the receptionist here?
That's also not good. Is it empty? It's empty. Where is everybody? It's an auto recognition device instead.
Does everyone go to the weekend party night?
Is there a weekend? Is there any? Is that a thing? Temporary investigator seems to dig out a party gramophone from somewhere.
Absolutely not. The researchers here are too busy to do that.
Well, that's kind of sad.
The computing center is working on the most urgent and vital project, the research on the immunity to the storm. We should not disturb them unless it's an emergency.
I mean, even if they are working on that, they need a break. They deserve a break, or else they're not gonna be good at researching.
So please stop calling the office and put down the telephone, Miss Sotheby. This is not the ear of a tea kettler, and it won't take you to any twist balls.
Any twist balls? Did you mention twist balls? Mention ball, not twist balls. I can't understand the difference. Yeah, I can't either.
Je sais qu'il est débutant, mais quand même, il est trop bizarre.
She's swearing.
Guide new members with caution and patience. Trigger the afflatus at the right time. J'avoue que Verten a remporté une victoire favorable.
French, saw in French. Mither, what? What? Sotheby mentioned balls, like, you know, like a gala, go to a nice dress up dance ball. But I don't remember anything about being. I don't remember her saying anything about twist balls. That's a new one. That's a new type of ball. The twist ball. Yeah, twist balls. Yeah. I don't remember it being mentioned. What kind of balls is it? What do you do with the twist balls? Is it a dance? What do you do with the twist balls? I mean, I'm just asking. I think we're all curious about what happens at the twist balls. I'm just saying. I don't remember Sotheby mentioning twist balls.
Miss Foolish, I just read the map on the counter. You mentioned where the wall reflects repeatedly. Does the vision refer to the racquetball center?
Okay, racquetball.
You see, its icon is a bouncing ball.
There we go. There we go. Racquetball. There, I recognize that. I don't think you'd be doing any twist balls at the racquetball center, but I mean, there are. You might be throwing some balls. That would make sense.
Let me take a look.
What else could we smack the orb or the crystal ball around? We have the racquetball.
Found it. This is really the right direction. Next, empty boxes, glasswares, and copper pieces. Looks like our destination has piles of metal.
Piles of metal. Clear in the right direction. That's good. We're gonna go play some racquetball. Not do any twist balls.
Good job, Assistant Sotheby. I have to say, I might have gone a bit too hard on you. You are more capable than I thought. Thanks to your prompt reminder, we have saved quite some time.
Sotheby is glad to help.
Why is Sotheby speaking in the third person? Young lady gladly hops along the way. And while she doesn't give up peering at Matilda's crystal ball orb.
Miss Boonish,
Crystal balls?
you're such a talented diviner.
That was diviner. Diviner? Diviner?
Why
Maybe it doesn't
don't
matter.
you just divine the reason for the storm with your inherited arcanum ability?
That would be way too easy and we wouldn't have a game.
According to Ms. Moisson, the reason still remains a mystery. If the crystal orb can reveal its truth, everything will be much easier for Vertin and her team.
And that's not gonna happen.
They find the reason for the storm?
She almost drops the orb.
That's impossible for sure.
But have you tried it?
It's a typical mistake of laymen to believe one can see everything through divination.
Have you tried it though?
You are an expert on potions and arcane creatures, but you have little knowledge on other subjects. Haven't you received any systematic education on arcanum?
No, I think she's homeschooled, if I remember correctly.
Education in arcanum? I'm of course well educated in arcanum, with Ms. Moisson as my tutor, and my arcane friends such as Typhon from the Auto Island, Jupiter, and... Alright, enough!
Mr. Head stopping, listing another name of Arcanum because nobody's ever heard of.
I have understood the fact that the education you have received is not systematical. inelegant.
Inelegant. Inelegant. Inelegant. Okay, I mean, just because it's not. I mean, she got some knowledge of like arcanum beasts and potions, but inelegant. That seems a bit offensive. A bit
Don't
rude.
worry, because you are talking to the kind-hearted Matilda. She will spend her valuable time to make it up for you.
Oh, joy, Matilda. She starts recalling what she learned when she was 12.
In fact, the system of arcanum knowledge is not completely separated from that of human science. For example, the modern pharmacy and chemistry actually originated from the experiments of potions and alchemy in the ancient times.
Why are we talking about this now? Can we
Into two different systems
keep looking
because
for the clues for
focus
Verton?
more on the knowledge ignored by scientists, which is gnosis.
Develop two different systems because knowledge ignored by scientists. Okay.
The knowledge we learn from divination is exactly under this category.
It's gnosis.
Wow.
So notebooks. Okay, we're learning, I guess.
Let me fill you in with more details. If two human researchers test Snell's law at two different places at the same time without making any mistakes, they will always reach the same conclusion.
Right, and I'm gonna look up what Snell's law is, because I don't know. Snell's law. Relationship between the path taken by a ray of light and crossing the boundary or surface of separation between two contacting substances and the refractive index of each. Okay. So it's a refraction angle. It's a relationship between the path taken by a ray of light and how it refracts after crossing some boundary. Probably useful for like maybe if it's like going through water or another medium, how light refracts, and you need a consistent way to calculate it.
Or if two potionists use the same ingredients and follow the same formula to make the cough cough stop stop potion separately, their products will also have similar effects.
Right, yes.
However, if two diviners respectively perform divination on the same thing, they will probably see totally different visions.
Okay. Okay.
Because what the divination shows is merely omens. The
Omens.
interpretation of these omens is in fact a kind of subjective deduction based on the reality, and there is no such thing as a standard answer.
So basically you could see two different numbers for the same thing and you would have, you know, two different outcomes or two different things that would happen in it. Okay.
Even if the two diviners draw the same conclusion, it is more of a coincidence than a result
It's
of
just
implied
luck.
generalizability. So diviners never check the accuracy of their divination through the review of peers.
Really? We don't talk about others? I mean, you're still welcome to have your own interpretations. You don't talk about it with other people?
And
Other
this is an
diviners?
example of gnosis. Unlike human sense, it is unique and possesses no universality.
It's just guessing. That's it. It's just guessing.
In other words, even if someone finds out a reason for a storm through divination, they can't have other diviners verify it, because 100 different diviners will give out 100 different conclusions. The scene will be even busier than a concert at MitherVt.
But if you had 100 different conclusions, you might be able to cross-reference and figure out what's similar. And or you might be able to draw enough information on what's causing it, or at least maybe narrow it down.
That being said, the more possible result we get from the divination is nothing. Divination cannot bring knowledge which the diviners have never learned. The divination of such world-class knowledge, as
Wait a minute.
complicated as the reason for the storm, can only be performed by world-class diviners.
They cannot bring knowledge from which the diviners have never learned. But if no one knows how the storm was created and no one can ever divine it. But if you only can bring if you only bring knowledge of what you know, then are you really divine? Are you really looking to the unknown? Or are you really just like referencing what you know and you just remind yourself through the orb? This is very confusing.
We
I don't
may
like it.
find one or two diviners like that if time continues to be reversed. Like Nostradamus. But he
Nostradamus. He was right.
besides, even Nostradamus is not always right.
He was not always right.
But Miss Buanish is.
Okay.
Thanks to your divination, we're getting closer and closer to that report, right?
It's true. And since she can divine it, means she must have seen it somewhere. Technically, Sotheby's correct.
You are right. Finding items, interpreting dreams, and making simple prophecies. All these things are just a brief.
And
of
we
the
play
process
directly
of
into
Matilda.
Matilda's ego.
But inquiring about the storm is beyond my ability, and it will only bring misfortune. I will never make such a stupid mistake.
You should still try it. It means her radiant appearance. We're calling it radiant, I suppose.
This half of the report and the handwriting of the author are perfect divination media.
No. Oh. I don't like covering my mouth. You can't. It doesn't matter. I don't know why I have it. Hey, Dr. Frederick. It's going. Excuse me. Get the yawns out first. It's going good. It's going good. We're going through some side story in reverse 1999, and I'm readjusting my body back to a somewhat not regular sleep cycle, but like not where I'm feeling tired all the time. And it's slowly returning back to like I guess a normal state for myself. But yeah, doing good, doing well otherwise. It is an improvement. I'm not passing out directly after work, which was the main problem. And I have been waking up for my alarms. I haven't missed anything important, so yeah, it's coming. I'm readjusting, and the stress has gone down quite a bit this week, which is great. Which I'm pretty sure was the main contributor to it. So yeah, assuming that is all good, then I should be fine. I should get better. I should feel better. I am feeling better. Yeah, I hope you're having a good night. I hope you're doing well yourself. Hope you don't have sleeping problems, which I don't think you do. But maybe you do, you haven't said it. You never know. No one, I would never know, because it all depends on how much people say. Like, am I saying too much? Probably. Nah, no, I'm not. Or am I? I don't know. Second guessing myself too much. No one can tell from her face. She truly understands the announcement or not. We're going on a trip.
That person who mentioned the School of Numbers claimed she was enlightened about the year of the next storm.
I feel like my throat's a lot drier today. That's probably because I ate a lot of pie and I had a lot of sugar. I would guess. Didn't really have a lot of salty things today. But I also haven't talked. I don't think I talked I barely talked at all today, actually. That's probably also part of it.
They are even more abstract than images and languages as kind of symbol. Even so, there is no way for us to verify this prophet unless it really comes true.
Well, that's convenient. You can't verify it unless it happens.
That is also why it takes almost nothing to spread a prophecy. My mother told me many people in the outside world write to the foundation every day, claiming to be prophets who can predict the doomsday and thus requesting unemployment.
Okay, that's pretty funny. Prophets writing, claim to be doomsday, and also they want unemployment benefits for their prophecy. That's kind of funny.
Tuesday. Unemployment benefits?
Unemployment benefits?
Oh my! The outside world is far more wonderful than I thought.
Wait, what?
How fascinating.
I mean, unemployment benefits are good, but those people are clearly trying to mooch off the foundation.
This Buanish is even greater than I expected.
Okay, don't do it, Sophie. It's gonna go to her head.
You bet! Wait, did you mean I was not the greatest?
What was even greater than I expected? Okay, I mean, technically. Greater, not greatest. Is that how this part ends? Okay, no, good. You've reached the end of the corridor. Clearly trying to mooch off the foundation is a good line. It is a good line. And that's clearly what they were trying to do. Unemployment benefits for whack prophecies. Which doesn't sound far off of what people would might try to do today. Maybe not with whack prophecies, but you know, trying to make other excuses for unemployment benefits when they could be working, in my opinion. Leads up to the room next to the racquetball center. We're not rocking it. We're not playing racquetball.
Here we are, Mr. Debbie. Now, this is the moment to verify the result of my divination.
That was a squeaky door. It was the door with a slight push. And to be continued. Okay. But there's more. There's more. Oh, it's an actual battle coming up. Oh, and narrator. Okay, but now I actually have to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to do that and get some water. You're going to get hot mic again. You're probably, I don't know. Will you hear that? I don't know. I'll probably have to close doors. It's probably fine. Maybe you'll hear. I don't know. I don't know what you'll hear, because I don't normally do this. But I hope you don't hear me all the way over here. Okay, I'm getting water now. Now's the water portion. Can you hear me pouring the water? I wonder if you can. I wonder if you can hear the water being poured from that far away. Ooh, new words. It's moving farther and farther away into the void. I am in the void. That's canon. It's getting closer. You can hear me in the distance. Sometimes, yeah. So this is the. Sometimes you can still hear his voice. Sometimes, in the void, I'm here. and I'm not here. It's like a quantum thing. I'm there if you observe me, but I'm not there if you don't. Or whatever conclusion you want to draw from the quantum physics. But that's canon. I just exist in a void. I mean, I think we all do in some capacity. But I feel like sometimes you just float along in a void and you're far away, you're drifting. You're drifting far away. And then eventually you come back at some point. At some point you come back to reality or to whatever takes you, pulls you out of the void. Sometimes you don't want to be in the void for too long. It gets cold. All in the life of a void, man. That's right. It's all in the life of a void. OMG's alive! It's a miracle. I almost didn't make it. Almost didn't make it back. It's like when you use the void bathroom. It's like a black hole. Can't get too close. Be very bad. Very bad for your soul, your body. And anything else that's coming out when you're going to the bathroom. It's a Christmas miracle. Christmas miracle. Hallelujah. Merry Christmas. I think the narrator's voice in this is going to be the grandma.
If you look at the ground,
It is grandma.
you can often see a wet, long trail, like this one.
What, grandma, what? My wet long trail, what are you talking about? Also, where is this I bet grandma's in the void too. Pretty sure grandma's in the void just like me, but just like breathe like different parts of the void. Endless void. She's probably somewhere else, infinite distance away, or maybe not.
At the end of the trail, there may be a snail slowly crawling forward. Yes, forward. The snail marks the direction for us.
The void's a pretty big place, I've heard. At least as big as Texas. Yeah. Yeah, at least as big as Texas. It's pretty big. If you there's like two things. There's two ways you could size it up, I think. Okay, get going, get maybe back, pick up a prescription. Okay. If I don't see you, I'll hopefully see you maybe tomorrow. Maybe it's much tomorrow. We'll see. But if I don't see you, yeah, have a good night, Kit Kat. Get your prescription. Hopefully, hope you feel better. Same to me. Thank you. I think I'm on my way. I'm on my way to feeling better. It's the void. Yeah, I can see the size of the void in one of two ways. It could be as big as, like, at least as big as Texas. I think of two ways. I said that 3 times already. I said that 3 times already. It's like either like in the SpongeBob episode where Squidward's in like that endless void after he time traveled himself to like the beginning of time. Or if you played Project Sekai, that void, because that was my original. That's the thing that inspired me. That type of design. That type of Project Empty Sekai void where you go and there's just barren. It's barren and there's destroyed building materials everywhere, or like stuff's out of place and it's quiet and that's kind of cold, and it's just vast and endless. Both endless, I suppose, but at least as big as Texas. At least as endless as Texas. 2 to the power of the third. Is that how big it was in the SpongeBob episode? Well, yeah, it's at least 8 big. It's at least 8 big.
But what if we don't see any snails at either end? How are we going to distinguish the direction to the future from that to the past?
See any snails? Well, if we don't see any snails, we're fucked. We need a criterion. I have no idea. I'm assuming we need a criterion.
Criterion? Well said, darling. To figure something out, you always need to make deductions based on facts and logical reasoning.
Facts and logical reason. That's right.
What you see is not necessarily true. But
Okay.
what is logical is. Because we haven't witnessed or experienced anything illogical so far.
Really?
If something like that actually happens, it must be because we are too ignorant to understand it for the moment.
I'd say the storm is pretty illogical. I have no. Why is there a reverse in time?
This pond
That's
was
not
firmly
logical.
believed by those researchers who worked in the house like canned sardines.
Ooh, that's the research in place. That's the research in place. They're canned sardines. Oh, that's a Outer Worlds reference. Because salt tuna,
It remained true to them until the
salted
first
fish, eating a lot of
drop
salted fish.
rain rose. The sardines suddenly found that the knowledge they possessed couldn't support the point anymore. The can was opened, revealing a completely different thinking pattern to them.
So they were a one-track mind in the can, and they got out of the can. Even though there are canned sardines, means they're already dead. But you put the cans, you get the canned sardines. Wait. You open the can, they come out, and I don't know where this is going.
Whatever they used to mend the can, there was still a crevice left between the inside and the outside, and it could be ripped open again at any time.
So they sealed the can back up, I think.
The chaos didn't last. If it really was the rain that swept away the snail and messed up time, then we should look at the silver lining.
You mean, wait, like the residue a snail leaves? But isn't that the trail?
Does it mean we will find out the truth of time once the secret of the rain is revealed? There has never been a shortcut like this one, since time is only an intangible concept.
Very much so. And one invented by humans.
So then, observation stations were built all over the globe. The staff learned how to collect and keep the valuable samples efficiently in no time. The little boxes they used to store the raindrops are still being upgraded even now.
Okay.
Order and silence were brought back to the labs. Every piece of gear was placed back on the right track.
But have we made any progress?
It was a grand feat, and no one could have accomplished it inside this huge, cumbersome machine except another machine. She took no sides and sought only predictable results.
We're talking about Madam Z?
That's why she made a decision as soon as she read that report and its attachment on her desk. The former was about a delicate component which flapped like a butterfly in that
Butterfly
huge
effect.
machine. And the latter was a piece of paper full of circles and dots. Then she stored the information on her hard disk and destroyed the report.
Okay, but there's an electronic copy.
And the paper which claimed to have recorded the locations where the storm might happen, yes, the one with the butterfly-like drawings, was retained for data comparison. It seems she's satisfied with the result.
Are we talking about Madam Z? I feel like we're talking about Madam Z. Or it sounds like something she would do. Is she a machine? I suppose she's very efficient. Oh no, it's not a battle. It was just locked. The lament and silence. Another flashback. That invisible hand raised up high easily plucks a star from the sky. And the star burns. Ah, my head! Oh, this looks... Question mark. That's Madam Z. Wait, oh, is it? No, it does. No, this kind of looks like Madam Z's room. Madam Z's Verton supervisor's room. An abandoned utility room.
Where are we? Lost and found of the racquetball center.
Actually, it kind of reminds me of like what was that guy's name? Was it Ratman or something from Portal? Whatever the Portal scientists like, don't believe GLaDOS or don't believe the lies. I forgot his name, but it kind of reminds me. Rundown, papers everywhere. Just a lot of materials, a lot of stuff that may or may not make sense, may sound like ramblings.
The orb showed copper pieces. We need to find something that seems to be locked, but is actually not. Found of the genius Matilda.
Are you sure you found it? She finds what she's looking for in a rusty drawer. Oh, well, yeah, rusty drawer, yeah. Unsorted to low priority. Is that by design so that no one touches it? Oops. It's corner scroll because of the damp air. Luckily, you can still read it. Alright, we're going.
The trip to Egypt didn't go smoothly.
Maybe this is Madame C's voice?
The ship was hit by a common storm at sea. We were lost in the fog after that. Completely off course.
But it doesn't sound like Madame Z.
And something emerged from the water. Since the first storm, the Foundation has received frequent sightings of arcane creatures which should have been extinct in history.
Well, if they rewound time, they would be extincted, brought back to life.
I had no idea what I was shooting at. Even
Re-evolved?
after I entered the cliff.
You emptied the clip. Oh, you shot a gun at it.
And I didn't know what to do. Those arcanists brought us back on course. She names the precise longitude and latitude of our location, even without using the sextant in the spare cabin.
So say a common storm. It's not a. So they hit I think it's called the Gorgon.
I wonder how she did that.
Hit with a common storm though.
Perhaps the world did look different in her eyes. Then when I was about to step on a random plank on the ship, she suddenly dragged me back. I thought it was only an inappropriate joke. But the next second,
Oh jeez.
the plank broke.
Okay, that was loud.
I was stunned. And as to how she saw that coming, she just answered me as if we were talking about the weather.
She saw the number in the plank and it was not a good number.
Because that plank is deformed like a rhombus.
Or, I mean, yeah, that's a good observation too. You probably should, yeah, that's a good observation.
Where is the rhombus? She laughed.
I mean, it's deformed. I think that's good enough.
The rhombus can't be seen with eyes.
What?
You shall close your eyes, hearken to the teaching of the Supreme Existence, and seize the moment of afflatus.
What?
Of course, I didn't see anything. Nor did I understand what the moment of afflatus was. Perhaps it's just another privilege enjoyed by arcanists, just like their right to be lunatic.
Is this like a numbers arcanum thing? She can see things. Something about numbers. I don't know. But she sees things and shapes and numbers others can't.
Nevertheless, she reached the correct conclusion in a completely wrong way. Is it really possible?
Maybe it is a God-given ability. It don't make sense.
She saved my life. But that was not enough to settle the differences between us. She remained rejective to working with the Foundation. And I finally gave up on the attempt to persuade them.
Is this Madame Z?
My mission on that trip was not to make contact with them. Besides, what we needed was builders of the storm observation system. Not some liars who would only make things worse. As for the shelter they took from the storm, she wouldn't say a word, as if she were dealing with a spy who tried to find out the deepest secrets of the Arcanists. In the end, Hugh mediated between us. He gave me an address in Istanbul to which I could send the letters to contact them.
So they did have some way of contacting the world outside of their island.
After that, I spent more than half a year in the Egypt office. Things were even worse there than I expected.
Okay, so that ship then... Well, I don't know. I assume that was a ship that 37's mom and Hugh died on, but maybe not.
Some have gone missing after the storm. The people who were supposed to be in the Egypt office, according to the member list stored in the headquarters in 1985, were not there when I arrived.
Well, that's weird.
The situation could be caused by the limitations of the transmission of paper-based materials, or because the computer was not yet popularized to every corner of the globe at the time. One minor mistake of a copyist could develop into a huge difference. Besides that, the chaos inside Laplace was an even worse issue.
Ooh, butterfly effect.
Someone published the paper Samplings of Global and Regional Chaotic Energy Root Changes in the name of Butterfly of Lorentz. Apparently they secretly used our sampling sites, yet their research direction and conclusion were radically different from Laplace's. The researchers equally divided into two schools, one sticking to the human technology they have focused on, and one changing their direction to Arcanum.
Oh, that's a great way to just ruin your findings.
At the time, it was still too
Let's
early to
make
decide
two
which
schools.
direction
Let's
was right.
divide.
Without sufficient experimental data.
What if you combine the approaches? The best. It's gotta be the best of both worlds scenario
But
here.
many already believed that if time continued to be reversed, human technology would only keep falling into decline, while Arcanum, which relies on personal ability, would rise again. It's true that Gnosis cannot be copied, verified by an independent third party, or comprehended through reasoning. Its nature decides that it cannot lay the foundation of science or be popularized to every ordinary person. It takes solid marble to build a castle, not slippery sand.
That's right.
Even so, what harm will it do to rely on Arcanum when the underlying logic of all things has become unreasonable?
You could just use Arcanum as like a basis and try to prove it with human technology, or maybe work out a proof where you assume it's correct and then work backwards.
Before the disagreement was settled, the storm in 1987 was predicted. We were ordered to return to the headquarters 24 hours before its arrival.
Look at all those shapes and everything going back to
But
what
the
their
prediction was
base
not
forms
accomplished by
were.
Laplace. A captive from Manus Vindictae names the precise date of that storm.
Captive of Manus.
Our enemies, those lunatic xenophobes, valuing only pure blood, made it further than we did.
Yikes. Ooh, xenophobes, that's not good.
We built observation stations, we made countless deductions, we developed multiple simulation models. We made efforts, we sacrificed life, we did whatever we could.
And in the end, it was all in vain.
Yet the result was that we didn't find any other regions immune to the storm, except the headquarters and another one in North America.
Another one in North America? The island or not
In
the
the end,
island?
95% of the branch members were reversed.
Gee.
87.9% of the equipment was destroyed, and 100% of our predictions failed.
Wait, 95 branch members reversed? 95? Wait, how did they rebuild after that?
In
Oh,
conclusion,
there's the Manus man.
our endeavor brought no achievements. As for the captive from Manus Vindictae, the delirium patient who claims that oracles flowed under his parietal bone,
That's a creepy. That's creepy. That's a creepy smile. That just makes everything creepy about
when
that
we
picture.
asked him how he learns the precise date of the storm, he burst into laughter.
The numbers.
Can't you hear it? Has God left you behind when he spread his grace?
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, there's some parallels between that and the number cult.
Then he smashed his own skull with a handcuff.
Okay.
Yes, there was no doubt. He was an incurable lunatic.
But he somehow got the storm out. Unless he's been imbued with too much knowledge and went mad.
But his insane nonsense was exactly the reason we survived the storm again. No matter how unreasonable or illogical it was, or how much a lie it sounded like.
Maybe you gotta test the illogical stuff if you can. If your normal ways of deduction aren't working, maybe you gotta try logical for once in a while. Not all the time, not like the math cults.
So we'd better believe we shouldn't go out in black today because the fish is swimming in the water. We'd better believe in the existence of the non-physical, everlasting, transcendent world where everyone's soul is a number. We'd better believe in the supreme existence which caused the disorder of time by merely casting its shadow.
I don't see why you can't like take a little bit of this, a little bit of that from each system.
That means the life of individuals means nothing more than rubbish, and the world is but an imperfect ruin, where only the chosen ones will pass the trial, where the rest will be eliminated by the rain.
That's... yeah.
How am I supposed to do that?
I don't think you can. This sounds like predetermined fate.
Finally, I made up my mind to write to her. I didn't expect her to answer my questions. All I wanted was to confirm if she had survived that storm, for the sake of our peaceful talk about the rhombus.
The rhombus, the plank rhombus. She's
What I
dead.
heard from them was a simple announcement of her death, with only 2 words.
So that, okay, so that storm has to be when, yeah, it has to be when Hugh and 37's mom died.
She died.
She died.
Then it burned and turned to ashes
Oh.
in a second.
Oh, okay. Kind of expected that to happen right now.
On the same day, the first and only timekeeper who just took office, the 12-year-old child,
That's Verton.
returned alone from the storm.
So that would be... that's when Verton was trying to break out. So this lines up with Verton. So that storm that Verton saw all her friends get reversed is the same storm that took out 37's mom and Sophia's dad. Huh.
She told us the time in the outside world at that point, and that was how I knew she was right.
It is right in front of you.
It is right in front of you.
What? If there is a God, why are you playing such a prank on us? After we had suffered from the collapse of all the existing orders and the failure of all the great laws.
So this writer is this writer has to be Madame Z then, right?
If this is what she calls a glimpse of the supreme existence, the moment of a flatus, do you have to present it in such a cruel way? The last 2
I think that's kind of like a rapture moment, isn't it?
After that storm were exactly her name and her number.
Her name and her number. 87? 1987? 87 is a prime number. 37 is a prime number.
77.
Okay, 77. Well, is that a prime number? It is not a prime number. That was 87. 1977? I thought it said 1987. Okay. Report ends here. 2 digits. That's the full stop of the story.
Incroyable! Incroyable! C'est vrai! Quelqu'un a vraiment fait cette prophétie! Bertine and Sonetto will be thrilled to know what we found!
Will they? So that seems more and more like Madame Z made contact with the math cults.
Well done, Miss Sotheby! You performed as well as a formal investigator! We need to submit this report to your instructor immediately!
Do we want to do that? Sotheby isn't the person standing there.
What are you doing in other people's rooms?
Who is this? Is this the brother? Is this the brother who almost fell to the 6th floor because when he was drinking?
This is my personal item. You have no rights to take it.
This is a new character.
Please leave immediately.
Personal item? This is a precious record that should have been submitted to the Foundation. According to Administration and Regulations for Dispatch Personnel,
Where's Sotheby?
St. Pavlov Foundation Decree number 259. Every member of the Foundation, when acting as a field investigator, is required to create a comprehensive investigation report of all their actions and promptly submit it.
I don't think they care.
And they are obliged to ensure the authenticity, objectivity, and impartiality of the report. No personal bias is allowed in the content.
Okay, he's aware of the Foundation practices.
If you have read this report, miss, you should know that it's not even qualified to be filed.
Huh? Because it's incomplete?
This is an emergency!
The Storm Reformation is still new to her. She can't think of any new articles to support her point of view. Rip. She's praying for words, but before she makes it, the other person starts talking, with one eyebrow raised.
I can tell from your uniform. You are a student of SPDM, or... This is Laplace. Do you have your guardian's approval to leave the school, Miss Underage Student?
Ooh, a loophole. Nice.
Approval? I don't need that. I am not a student. You are talking to the exceptionally promoted monitor assistant of SPDM.
Exceptionally promoted. Exceptional.
Here is my ID.
She's exceptionally promoted to be a hall monitor. High as if she's holding the flag of liberty. But she's ignored. There's the chair in the room and pays attention to an educational toy on the table.
Did you just ignore a formal administrator of the foundation? This monitor assistant will report every misbehavior of yours. Every little bit of them.
And what's his name? How are you going to report that? Could be more embarrassed in her life. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I was gonna say, where's Sotheby? We're kind of glossing over that. Sing sometimes making a report of her own to wait. The Sing sometimes making a report to her own tutor outside the half-open door. Oh, okay.
The great Miss Buanish and I discovered some important information.
I'm glad nothing bad happened to Sotheby.
Immediately after we read it.
Man, she moves fast.
Miss Buanish, why are you confronting Mr. Chair?
Oh, is he gone? That was quick. Two adults are behind her.
I didn't expect to see the second half of that report here in your room, Adler.
Yeah, that's no, yeah. So that writer of the report is Madam Z. It has to be. It's a slightly different tone of voice, but it's the same way of speaking. This time, the owner voice can't be ignored. Yeah, and this must be her brother, which is new information.
Don't call me that, friend.
Friend?
Why not just call me Enigma, just like everyone else. Relax. I know nicknames mean no harm.
I like that nickname.
But I don't understand. How is a report filled with meaningless words of any concern to you, Madam Z?
Are they not related? Is this not her brother?
It provides information about the Arcanist group Burton is now dealing with.
Who's?
If possible, please give it to me.
Madam Z did write that report, right?
Of course. How can I turn down a request from Constantine's chief of staff?
Sounds mocking.
Take it away. I hope you don't mind the mold on it.
Ooh, mold. Ooh, tasty. Richard stays seated in a chair, casually hands out the report. Smiles. It seems glad to see that Enigma still has energy to be sarcastic. Is that... No, are they related? No, is that the... Jesus, Matilda. Are they... Yeah, is Madam Z is the writer. I still...
Please pay attention to your manners and do not bring disgrace to the computing center, Mr. Rude.
Mr. Wood. Please, Matilda.
Ms. Buanish, Ms. Sotheby, you've done a great job. I'm sure what you have found would be of great help to Timekeeper. And I will report your active performance in this mission to SPDM as soon as possible, Ms. Buanish.
Just trying to get it out of there as fast as possible.
We need to further analyze the files you found. The first on the scene could provide more detailed information. Let's get out of here.
Contribution exceptionnelle.
Exceptional active performance. Keywords give this young modern assistant a giddy pleasure. She can't help but ignore everything else. Commendations! I mean, I don't blame her.
Exceptionnel. No. Calme-toi, Matilda. I didn't accomplish it alone. Assistant Sotheby also played a significant role.
What do you call the assistant of an assistant?
Hooray!
I guess still an assistant, but it's weird. Assistant's assistant.
That is to say, Miss Burnish, we can start preparing the balloons and flowers for the twist ball.
What is... Okay, we're back on Twist Ball now.
Speaking of which,
Twist
this monitor
balls.
assistant still needs to think about it. By the way, just call me Matilda.
Okay, and apparently Sotheby gave a hug. It's girl's leaving room, but Madame Z's still behind, right? Put the valuable report. Okay, they're gonna talk now. Yes. Hides himself in a fortress of dusty items. He talks through cabinets and equipment in a slow manner.
There will be no advance in human technology. You think so? Even the Madame Z has given up on the study of theoretical physics and become a politician.
No. I've never thought of that.
Turns to the door with a faint smile. Door is closed. Was that? Is Madame Z the writer? Is that her brother? Madame Z made contact with the math cults? I feel like it's implied, but I want it to be more. I mean, there's still more, but I want it to be more, what's it called? Direct. I want confirmation. Dramas have ended. Oh, we're back in the room. All is profoundly hushed in this cold and dark room. Research decides to start settling the messy papers and dusty tools on the table. Why is he mistaking it for a utility room? Is it because of the mess? Yeah, probably. Probably. Metallic footsteps come from outside the door.
I am astonished
Oh,
by the
Jesus.
fact that you are interacting with others.
What the heck? Wait, so when the report said a machine, they meant actually, I thought they meant like a supercomputer. I mean, maybe this thing is a supercomputer. But they, wait, Laplace has straight up androids with, assets? Which I don't think is necessary for design. So, wait, another trespasser. Wait, so there actually is a wait, who the hell is this?
They broke in.
They did break in, it's technically true. The robot in charge of Laplace? Wait, this is in charge? This is in charge of the Laplace Scientific Community Center? A robot is in charge of the... Okay, this is new information. Laplace making some bold choices. They are. Who built the robots and who made that design decision? You didn't have to. They didn't have to, but it's interesting. Hey, Nuclear. No, Kit left. She had to go pick up a prescription. You have to open the door. No, no. You face through the door, and then when you face through the door, you fall on the ground. Yes, I'm saying yes.
If it was a complaint that you were making, you know it is within your rights to submit an interdepartmental complaint within 7 days after the incident.
It's a complaint. Okay, why did they give her weird metallic hair too? Oh, you want to open it? Okay, fine. I'll open it. The door's open. If you can go on the couch. What is it? Also, they got a Laplace badge. They got some sort of key. There's a robot. They got a jacket for something. For some reason. And then the assets. Anyway.
Don't bother.
Odd.
That means nothing to me.
Laplace is managed by an actual robot. My bed's better. It's true, and that's why that's why you need a reservation to get in the bed. That's right. No reservation, no bed.
Why bother to submit such a log full of personal feelings and emotional behavior?
Wow, that Kit Kat, that timing was, wow, what timing? Because Nuclear was just saying, "Kid, where you been?" and you came back in like a minute later. Wow, what time? Well, excellent timing, unbelievable timing on that. I didn't lock you. I didn't lock Nuclear. I opened the door and then the Nuclear's wanted to lay in the bed. And I said no. You need a reservation. The queen of timing. Proven just now. Yes. Identified because his report against the rules. Why bother such a mission? Long personal feelings. This guy doesn't like personal feelings. This guy doesn't like feeling. I get the feeling he doesn't like feeling.
Is that so?
I just can't get over this, that a robot runs this computing center. Yeah, you can get the couch. The couch's fine. Couch is nice. Couch is good. I have relaxed on that couch. It is very comfy.
I am gratified to find that
The
you still
void
have some
couch.
sense.
Yes, I'm coining that. It is the void couch.
I too am gratified that you still have no idea that I was being sarcastic.
Oh, that was sarcasm.
I am concerned, like, with this woman's boobas. Yeah, because this is a robot. Actually, we were talking about that a little, like, right before you showed up, Dr. Frederick and I in YouTube chat, because we're like, what is this design? This just revealed this is the head of the scientific computing center. It's actually run by a robot. But why the design choices? Design choices. The hair, and yeah, the chest, the power cells. Okay, that's actually not a bad reason, Dr. Frederick. Okay, maybe power cells. Maybe. Also, can I remove this? Okay. Also, they got hips. Why? Why? This isn't 2B. This isn't 2B we're talking about. This is the head of the scientific computer. Also, there's a jacket. What's with the big ass jackets? This is a robot and a half. It's also just good thumbnail material in the future whenever I play R99 again. Is it cold? I mean, it might be. It might be, but do they need the jacket? You're imagining the pitch to management. Why do we need the big chest cavities for power cells? Where else will we put the power cells? You see, my current head of Laplace. How are we going to store the power within our body when we made her as shapely as she did? We need to give her some. Screw it, I'll say some big power cells. We have no. How else? How will we charge them? That's a good question. They either can be replaceable, or maybe you could put a. I don't even know where you put a plug in it. Is there even a plug? How is it? I don't even know what energy this thing would take. Sure, these design features are essential. They are essential. The hip curvature is essential. Really big, because she got big power cells. God, she takes up a lot of power. Why the jacket? The protector backside? She is exposed. Like if water falls on it, that's not gonna go well for her joints. So yeah, probably is probably a more functional reason for the big ass jacket. The funniest part is that they look removable. They kind of do. Like, they kind of do. Definitely, yeah, they kind of do. Like they aren't flush. Like the one on her left is. I mean, this is probably just the art, but like it does look like it's not fully attached. The one on her right, I can't tell because of the necklace she's wearing, but it does seem like they're replaceable, which is, you know, odd, unless they're power cells. But then again, yeah, I guess a counter argument if you were doing this pitch, why would you have your power cells in such a, why would you have the power cells at such an exposed location? Such a upfront and in your face location. Unless you make them big as a distraction and the power cells aren't actually that big. No, maybe. Unless they're putting the power cells somewhere else. Why does she have hair? I said it's a robot. Why? Why am I questioning design? I don't know. We're in. This is the night. This is where the night is going. What is with her hips? What is that material? It's like spandex, and it's like electrical takes or rubber. And why does it need to be? I guess maybe so her leg probably be flexible. Her legs. Just concerned, like, imagine being knocked out cold because she hit you in the head with it. I mean, yeah, she could totally do that. She could totally do that. That's also a weapon. If it's a strong enough chassis, that's a weapon. Her chest is a weapon. Nice hair, big boobas, hips, and no eyes. Yeah, like they went down the route of 2B, and then they're like, no way, it's still an android. Make sure people know it's an android. Give her a generic face, a generic robot one-line face. She was talking. Where's her voice box? Okay, engineering, you don't have to try too hard. You can have your fun, Dean. It's like, okay, engineering, you need to chill. Engineering, you need to get on some dating apps. You need to chill out. We get it. You're unhappy with your budget. We understand. Just calm down. We'll give you some more. Just go easy on the hips. You can have your power cell booba, but you can't have any more. We won't give you any more than that. Even they give her. I'm just noticing this. She gave her a belly button too. What? I'm assuming this is a metal piece. That's a belly button. I didn't even notice that. I was just looking. I'm like, wait, that looks like a belly button. Because I was gonna comment on well, I was gonna comment down here, but then I saw the belly button. Belly button, but no face. Yeah, I don't know why. Why the no face? I don't. Maybe the it's like with those really bad robot faces that you see like at like technology conventions. It's just like that. It's not like it's too creepy. It's too doll-like. Don't you love this homage classic scripture? It's a homage to. This is an artistic piece. The no face is what throws you off, because it's the only thing that doesn't, like, out of everything they've done, they just decided to not do any work into the face. Yeah, sorry, the face is too much. Sorry, that's too human-like. Actually, maybe that's it. In any game that has like too human-like androids, there's always that question of, do you treat them like humans, or don't treat them like humans because they're not technically human, but you made them as human-like as possible? Maybe without giving them the face, it still creates that like distinction in the mind. Oh, this is an android. Okay, but the metal makes it obvious that it's not human. The metal is obvious. The metal is obvious. The metal is obvious. You can see joints and everything. You can clearly tell that's a chess piece, and it's very clearly metal. I guess I'm thinking of like Detroit Become Human, and those are like super realistic looking androids that look human, and there's all that whole question of like, do we treat them human, or do we treat them human because they look human? We made them as human as possible, but they're not human. I guess similarly, if you played the mobile game Nikke, Goddess of Victory, that whole thing with your female companions, they're technically robots with a human brain. They are as human as possible, minus the fact that they're not human. That's basically the argument. And they are treated like shits because they're technically not human, which is weird because they have a human brain. I don't really know how that... I'm not going to question the technology, but basically it's the same thing. They're as human as possible, but technically not human. But so that gives you the right to treat them not as human? So that's my logic. You don't give her the face, and you can tell that's very clearly an android. You give them belly button, metal big booba that are just going to be hard as steel. I don't even know if you want, like, what do you, I mean, who am I kidding? I'm a guy. It's going to fulfill some weird primal need, like there's gonna be a need to touch them. Why am I talking? I don't. Oh, screw it. It's my stream. There's gonna be some primal need to touch the metal booba. They had a design in mind, but they only went half. It's like they've went like 70% of the way, and then they're like, nope, no, wait, hang on. We gotta remember this is we gotta make sure it's not too close. It's an interesting design choice. Very interesting, and also very different from what this game has offered up. The person that designed is just bad drawing faces. Well, in a less complicated argument, yes, that also could be it. They just didn't want to make a face. They were not good. All the face designs got rejected, so they went back to the normal. They went back to a standard Android, something robotic-y. But they made the elegant hairstyle. Okay, well, yeah, that's a nice little counterpoint. Somewhere someone is into us. Yes, they are. Somewhere on the internet, someone is drawing this for not safe for work. Guarantee it. Reverse 1999. I don't know how popular of a mobile game it is, but I'm sure someone out there, at least one person out there, is gonna draw her in some sort of seductive or not safe for work fashion. Yeah, it's gonna happen. It has to happen. It would be funny if the reason was like, oh no, the face designs weren't approved, so we went with something more Android-y, something more robot-y. Everything else got approved. The chest, the belly button, the hips, the fancy hair. Not the face. I'm still a little surprised that the robot I mentioned in the port is actually a robot. It's this robot. Which means this robot's been around for a while. We're gonna move on from the robot. I mean, we'll see her again, like, soon, probably.
What do you want from me, Madam Lucy?
Madam Lucy? Lucy? Your name's Lucy. Why? Okay. Got a name now. As he bends down to organize the paper scattered all over the place. Is this actually your office? This is the best effort you can make to receive a guest.
You went all the way to this dusty, rundown place so hurriedly that you even forgot to put on that magnetic mask.
Mask?
Is it not because of some old files, I assume?
Mask? Wait. She does have a face? Wait, oh wait, does the mouth not move then? Oh, she has a mask. Wait, I want to know what the mask is. Now, okay, now we're back on the robot, the robot conversation. If she has a mask, what if the mouth doesn't move? Oh god, that'd be creepy. That'd be very creepy. That'd be a big turnoff. The faceless robot. Okay, I guess, yeah, it has no face. How's it gonna see?
Certainly. I hope you can be the cryptographer of the Manus Vindictae's ritual. You
Wait,
are
what?
still the best.
The cryptographer of the Manus Vindictae's ritual? Huh? What are you... What?
You are asking me, a human, to decode the ritual of a pureblood arcanist group?
That is unusual, but also Manus?
I don't see how I'll be helpful to this project.
You cannot evaluate your own level of being of value, Adler.
Furthermore, just without raising his eyes from the table, he is not distracted by the robot. By the robot design in front of him.
Well, you evaluate our value. Test us in experiments you set. Prove the hypotheses by exhaustion. Make mistakes and start all over again. You repeat the process like a roaring locomotive that pulls the research center out of this chaotic disaster.
Kind of, in a way, reminds me of GLaDOS. GLaDOS does experiments. I don't know if she's doing it for value, but She is testing experience over and over, seeing what people are capable of. Eventually mistakes happen and she has to restart for one reason or another.
You question not what is ahead of you, nor whether the path you've taken will be regular or easy. The only idea you planted into your little brain is to move forward, to improve.
To improve.
Thank you for your compliment. Credit goes to everyone.
Was that a compliment? I'm not sure.
That was not even a... Ismirgara. Guess you agree. A life without creativity is not worth living. And that's the life that I wake up to every day.
Well, that's sad.
I'm no longer the person you thought you came here for.
That's kind of sad, actually.
I'll never be able to combine human technology and Arcanum. And I'll never comprehend even the slightest part of it. I am useless to you.
Swears at the paper on his desk and a grip mirror making a huge knocking noise.
I don't
Not the only thing
expect
making a
someone
knocking
native
noise.
to understand a human mind, but I beg of you, leave me alone.
I don't think she's gonna do that. Yeah, so the robot isn't that human-like. Physical characteristics, yes, but not the robot brain.
The work of analyzing the masks of Manus Vindicte did not go well.
Where's your mask?
A side effect occurs in the researchers, and it is getting worse. The isolation wards on the basement level are overwhelmed.
Oh, is that... That's why that... Oh, that must be why that researcher ran by us earlier with the purple liquid. He's suffering for something with the Manus masks. Wait, are you testing those masks on yourselves? Because I know the Foundation has masks that cover their eyes, but now you're testing the Manus masks on yourselves? I mean, they're probably similar, but... That's not... I mean, I guess that's the best way to experience... Doesn't seem like a good idea.
What a scene. Have you aborted the experiment?
I don't think she has.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We have conducted the Arcanum imaging experiment on the masks, and found a component which also exists in the raindrops of the storm.
The Manus, albeit extremists, seem to have made some pretty significant advancements.
But knowing what it is composed of does not help explain how it works. What we're looking for is the original ritual that the Manus cast on them.
Some like special arcanist magic that allows them to be immune with using some sort of material from the storm.
You're trying to figure out one's career planning from one's physical examination report. I wonder why it is not working. Even if somehow you manage to find the original ritual, you still need a proper environment to test it, which is the outside world with a coming storm.
You're gonna... Ooh, no, you're gonna sack someone for this experiment? Get him reversed? Wisdom and sarcasm glow in his eyes.
That's why we can't tell if we're getting results. Even if we had the right ritual, proper permission from the Foundation to travel, and strong-minded volunteer subjects,
You'd have to go in the storm to test it.
experiments performed in the Ivory Tower won't succeed because...
An experiment about the storm can only be done in a storm.
Yep, so you got to risk losing somebody.
Glad to see your brain is not rusty yet.
Ha,
It only
because
took
robot.
you 3 sentences to draw the conclusion which took the seminar a week to reach.
Well, that... Oh, I mean, that's actually kind of a... I mean, it's kind of mean, kind of backhanded to the seminar, but a compliment to him. He's got a sharp brain. That brain's still going good, not rusty.
Of the project.
Did she do this to trick him into... She do this on purpose? To trick him into that? Robot in charge. I mean, yes, they said she's the head. Oh.
The history maintenance
Hello.
team has forecast different critical points of this storm. Foundation investigators are on their way.
I think... Wait, hang on. I think... Person on the right, I think, is in the next update in 1.5. I don't know if I recognize this person. They went to Vienna. We're going to Italy. Greta Hoffman and name unknown.
If Manus Vindicte still plans to accelerate the storm, like what they have done in 1929, there will be a high possibility that their people will show up at the transformation point of history and society, also known as the critical point of time, the center of the storm.
That's a big... Okay, that's very big. That's a very big plot point then.
Your sister, Greta Hoffman,
Sister?
is also one of the investigators.
Oh, okay. So this is... Okay, Madame Z... They're not related. Madame Z and Enigma not related, but Greta Hoffman and Enigma related. Oh, I wonder if Greta is... Did she write the report?
I have no interest in any Hoffmans other than myself.
Well, damn.
We have different perspectives.
Well, damn, okay.
It is okay. I am just here to inform you that if any of the investigators successfully send the information of the ritual back, the research about the immunity of the storm will be conducted immediately.
Using them?
Take your time and be mentally prepared. But once the storm alert is issued, we only have 24 hours to verify the feasibility of the ritual. I wish you will be fully prepared by then.
The robot leaves, leaving no right to choose. Her feet crashing for making a steely sound, and also, I mean, she did seem pretty heavy. Face on top is a familiar to him. He pulls out a drawer and takes out a scrap of paper. This is the last code he didn't give anyone. The age of humans has come to an end. I can't see what this is. It's for something else. Okay.
One thing is for sure now.
Oh, it's gonna read. The writer of the report. Okay, so that confirms. So Greta Hoffman wrote the report, made contact with 37's moms and Hugh, Olivia's dad, and is the brother of Enigma, and is gonna be important.
The age of humans has come to an end.
She's gonna be important in the next story chapter. And that's the end. And that's the end of the side story. Okay, that is actually. I think last time I played this, someone said in chat that was gonna be a big cliffhanger, and that actually is a pretty big cliffhanger if you care about the story. One, because they're going to a pivotal point in which the storm could be sped up to reverse more time, and two, the original writer of the report is coming to play, who's been involved with math cults. Very interesting. That was good. I enjoyed that. A lot. The biggest discovery, though, goes to Lucy, that robot. I got no words, but that was the highlight. That was the highlight of this small chapter. I mean, for me, it's the lore. I'm loving the story, but I'm not gonna lie. That robot definitely just stole the show, because what the heck? You know, yeah, she stood out a lot. Actually, I got some other story I can do. I can do event story for Charlie. Charlie's a play. They're trying to do plays in a time where plays are banned. I can do that. I could do this now, actually, and I should do this. It's an event. But yeah, the robot stood out very much. Made an impression. See, so how am I feeling? I'm feeling good. I think I want to do this event story now, and then maybe I'll stop. But I'm feeling good. Like, I've been given the lot of life, like the beginning of the week when I felt really tired. Now, like the last few days, I've been like feeling more like normal. Daylight savings time happened. Well, that was fun, because that happened Sunday, 2 a.m. and I went to bed around 3:30 a.m. because I was playing games, and then that's when my body was like, we're not getting up, and I slept on and off for 20 hours. So I didn't really get affected by daylight saving time switch. It just, my body was already messed up, so kind of just slept through it, quite literally. Oh, excuse me. Just kind of slept through that whole transition. But I am still getting used to it being lighter. A lot lighter earlier in the day. Like 5:30 rolls around, I'm like, oh, it's really light outside, huh? Wow, it's so late. And I look and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, daylight savings time happened. Or like when I was getting ready, like 6:30, it still has some daylight out. Sun hadn't started setting, or was in the process of setting, but still quite bright out. Still getting used to that. All that means is people are gonna be out more later, and I'm like, oh great. I mean, great, yay! And like I could go out more if I really. It depends. I am thinking about going, like, maybe to get a drink at a bar tomorrow, but I need to make a reservation. I don't know if I'm gonna have either if they're gonna have reservations open for tomorrow, or I'll have time. It's either that or I go buy more tonic water, because I only got one 8-ounce bottle of tonic water left, and I gotta get more if I want to have some gin and tonics tomorrow. Do you need a reservation for a bar? For this one in particular, they are this bar. It's a small bar, it's a small cocktail lounge. The reservation only. It's generally, if you want to go with a group of people, you gotta make a reservation 2 weeks in advance. But sometimes if I just queue up as a solo, I can get in. If I check, I'll just look like, okay, for like, because they have like bar and lounge area. And if to get in the bar, if you were to go as a solo, it's usually not too bad. If it's not a Friday or a Saturday, there definitely are spots. And like there's sometimes spots on the day of you check, if you want to just go by yourself. But yeah, it's reservation only. I kind of like that because you don't get like random people wandering in. Although I did see that happen one time. Because it's like there's a restaurant nearby. Someone wandered in. Like it's like a downstairs bar. Like you have to walk downstairs to get to it, and they somehow wandered in. I was like, how did they get in? Like, how did they find it? And they asked if they could sit in, like, they have a reservation, and he said no. And they said, well, we can't seat you. And they're like, oh. I was like, why? Because we're fully booked. I'm like, oh. And then they had to escort him out. But I mean, I like that because it's just, you don't get like a lot of random people. As an introvert, I appreciate that. Now, do they talk to me sometimes at the bar? Yes. Do I mind it too much? Not really, because they've been actually pretty chill, and they're not like constantly making talk. They'll leave me alone if they're busy, or they see I'm not like talking. So like I like them. I like the place. It's nice. There's also another cocktail lounge nearby that doesn't need reservations, but you know, more people might mean more talking. You never know. I don't know. So used to showing up at bars to meet up with friends. Got to pull your inner extrovert for that. If it's with friends, that's different, because then if I go with a group of friends, then it's different. Then I'll just talk with them. Although, like these two places, it's not like people are gonna come up and talk to you. It's more like you go and you hang out either by yourself or with some people, but you're all staying within your own little like groups or bubbles, unless you're at the bar and then like talking to other solo people. That sounds weird. So yeah, you know, people or just people like hanging out. That's different. It's not like where like people. It's not like a bar like people are like order drinks and then they're walking around trying to talk to everybody and have a conversation with everyone in the bar. I don't like that. There are places, I've been to places like that. There's some places near me that do that. Well, not they have people that do that. And I don't like that because I don't want to talk to people. Sometimes I just want to go and have a drink and not talk to people. It's that easy. But then there's usually someone at these types of bars like wants to talk to you and know more about you. Not like it's not like hitting on you, more like they just want someone to talk to. I'm like, I get that, that's fine, but that's not me. I don't want that. If I want to have a beer or a cocktail by myself, that's kind of what I want to do, and just enjoy it. That's just what, like, I like drinking alone. Like, basically that's it. Because I said I go like a group of friends. I go like with a bar too, but really not a lot of my friends like to drink. It's mainly me. I just like to drink. not like, got something in my teeth. Not like get drunk, but like, you know, have a few drinks. If the place makes good drinks, I want good drinks. Yeah, hate to be approached by a stranger like, yeah, leave me alone. That's exactly. That's how I feel. There was this one time, actually, when I was visiting Florida with my family. Me and my dad went to a local cocktail lounge, and it was nice. And my dad is super extrovert compared to me. And we sat at the bar. We're fine. He's talking to the bartender. They're asking me. I'm talking a little bit too. Then, like, I think it's a woman or friend come in, and like they start talking to us. My dad's into it. But this woman's like really energetic. Like, she has a lot of she's very high energy, and I'm like, again, nothing wrong with that. But like, it was too much. It was just too much. It was overwhelming me. I'm looking at my dad like, please, can you switch seats with me or something? I don't want to talk to them, and they're trying to talk to me. Like, I'm trying to say that, but also like casting signs. I'm like, please switch. This is too much. She's too much for me. And I was like starting to not have a good time. They left, and we like stayed for like a little bit longer. But I was like, oh my god, that was exhausting. It's just too much energy, too much upfront, too early, too soon. Actually, even generally, if I knew the person, I don't know if I want someone that super high energy. Not like that. That's not fun for me. But yeah. There's Mither lore. Mither likes to drink alone at bars if he feels like it. If he can get a reservation to like basically one of my favorite cocktail places. If not, I drink by myself. And I'll drink with friends. But my friends don't really drink. So back to me drinking alone. It's fine. It's all good. It doesn't matter too much. If anything, I'll bring, if there's a gathering, not sometimes. Is it sometimes? I should ask them. But I think most of the time, if there's a potluck or something, if I'm not bringing like some sort of savory side, I'm bringing alcohol to make a drink, or make gin and tonic, because gin and tonic goes over relatively well. You can get like a nice citrusy gin and some tonic water, and it's not super alcoholic. It can only be an ounce of gin. It's easy to drink. It's a very approachable drink. I think someone told me, I think my dad said this is like an old man's drink, but he doesn't care. Technically, he's old man. Well, not that old, but he's old. He's obviously older than me. But even then, it's like, I don't. It doesn't matter. It's like, it's good. It's easy to drink. That's what matters. You enjoy it. Yeah. I think I did try to get my friends to have, what's it called? I think I tried to get my friends to have, a Negroni with Campari. Yeah, Campari is a harder alcohol to drink because it's very floral. What is it called? That's an acquired taste. Well, you got food cacao, you got meat June? What is Meat June? Meat June? I might as well just Google it. Meat June. It is a dish. Of course it is. Korean food. It is... I'm looking at the Wikipedia. Traditional Korean dish consisting of thinly sliced beef dipped in egg, batter, and deep fried. Oh, cool. I never had that. But it looks good. It's like egg, batter, deep fried. You can have a look at the sauce. Nice. Meat June is delicious. Welcome, Elsie. Welcome to the stream. I never had it. It's good. That is good. Kind of hard to find. Easy to find Hawaii though. Well, that makes a lot of sense now. Well, that makes sense now. It's a Korean Hawaiian dish. Okay. I guess it's I guess we're gonna get fusion, but that sounds like good. It does sound good. I haven't been to the Korean market near me in a while. I should get some musubi. I'm sorry, musubi. I should get some musubi. Maybe. If I have time, maybe that'll be my lunch. But no, I can't. I gotta cook my food, and then I paid my taxes, so I gotta pay that off first. A lot of places get in Hawaii. Nice. Here it's like a home cooking type thing. Well, I imagine it is maybe starts like a home cooked dish, but then just, you know, restaurants have their own version of it. Does sound good. I ran out of water. I'm going to disappear into the void for void water. It's like thick water, but not. Make of that what you will. Oh, I didn't refill the water container. It's only a half cup. I don't gotta let it if I didn't fill it up. It's a half cup of water now. You can pretty much get it every Korean place on the island. On your island. Specifically Kit Kat's island. It's hers. She owns it. But nice. Oh, this is interesting because you don't drink. Oh, there's some new lore. Yeah, no, a bunch of my, I guess, yeah. I mean, I'm the out of my friend group, I'm the quote unquote alcoholic. I'm the one who drinks the most. Don't know much about bar culture. I wouldn't say I know much either. It's just what I'm seeing from personal experience. And U.S. bars specifically. I've been to some Japanese bars, and those kind of vary based on theme and people. But like in the U.S., I feel like it's like more consistent. There's like a more consistent types you see based on where you go. Which you have a Korean place. Little Netherlands, because I'm not there often. No, I'm just convinced that you own the island now. That's canon now. That's now Mither chat canon. Actually, don't drink, but my friends love to drink, so they're often at bars with them. That's interesting, actually, because that's like the reason like my friends that don't drink don't want to go to bars, because they won't have anything to do there, which makes sense because I mean they could drink mocktails, but they'd probably get bored. Although I was gonna say, although there was another place that they did drink the mocktail, but then again, that other place also had board games, so that's not the reason why they were there. We were there because it's just a fun place to be. You're not a teetotaler? This is a new term. Oh, I can't spell. Teetotaler. A person who never drinks alcohol. A teetotaler. I didn't know there was a word for people who don't drink alcohol. I didn't know there was a term for that. Huh, similar. Non-drinker, abstainer. Huh, interesting words. Interesting synonyms. Huh. I learned something new. You just don't think it's mess with your head? That is fair. That is fair. Alcohol does mess with your head. It's actually kind of the reason. That's like one of the reasons. I guess I drink because it does mess with my head, but it messes my head in the fact that I talk better. Or I just stop, or I gain more confidence, and that I just translate to better speaking ability. But I like it. I mean, I guess I like the feeling where it messes with my head, but that's, I don't know. Also, alcohol just tastes good. The different drinks taste good. But that is fair. Yeah, you don't want stuff to mess with your head. That is totally fair. Teetotalers have usually some more reason for swearing it off. Oh, well, meh. Maybe that's what it originally meant, but I mean, words change, definitions change over the years, so I wouldn't say, yeah. I mean, it's whatever you decide. I'm not holding the word against you. I don't think anyone is here. Kit Kat, I just enjoy hanging out with my friends, but sometimes play darts with them. Darts while you're at a bar, that's fun. That's fun. That reminds me of a story. One time I was in Japan. I was at a bar with my dad. We were playing pool. They had some darts, electronic darts set up to like track your scores. Three Japanese workers came in, and they ordered a bottle of tequila, and we're doing tequila shots. We're playing darts. They finished the bottle, I think, or they did like half a bottle. They drank a lot, and this was like a Thursday. I was like, damn, wow. And they were wasted when they were done. I'm like, okay, that's damn. I was like, that was very interesting to watch because they were loud. They're having a good time. But I was like, oh, I was surprised. I mean, I know Japanese people do like to party hard, but I was surprised. It was still technically a work day, but this was like at midnight, and here they are. But granted, the Japanese people do like to party hard. That is kind of what they live for, I suppose. Also learn about the T'Challa word. Only people say sober. Yeah, stay sober, sobering, a soberer maybe is a word. I don't know. Karaoke bars. Oh, interesting. I think have I been to a karaoke bar? I think I have, just not often. Karaoke rooms where you can drink, like in a contained room with and then sing karaoke. I probably like that more, because I don't like singing on a public stage. But I think I have done it before. There was like some like karaoke cafe place I went to with a friend in Japan some time ago. That was fine. That was a fun place, but like in general, I wouldn't do that normally. I would prefer the private rooms. Oh yeah, I forgot. Kit Kat's allergic to alcohol. So Dr. Frederick just doesn't like the drink. Kit Kat's allergic. What else in the pantheon of people who can't drink? I got my friends who just don't like to drink, and then there's me. I like to drink. I will drink enough. Ooh, that sounds wrong. Not wrong in like not wrong in like innuendos or offensive. More like, ooh, that might be a red flag. I was gonna say I'll drink enough for everybody. I'm like, that's not true. That's a lot of alcohol. That would be a little too much. Mither won't get up until the next day. Mither's gonna miss a lot of streams. Mither's gonna watch a lot of streams for that. It's a lonely drink for Mither, I'm afraid, but I hear that's how he likes it. You can write that into the canon. If I had, well, actually, I probably wouldn't have a bar, but yes, there would be a table. I'm sipping my gin and tonic in the void, and I do like that. Granted, I wouldn't mind drinking with people I know. Usually people I know, not random people, unless they are somehow same interests, that we somehow bond over, that has happened only a few times in my life that quickly. Very few. I can count on one hand. But other times, yeah, I will drink alone. I'm content with that. And then my friends say I'm an alcoholic, and I say no, I'm just having. This is only my second gin and tonic, and they say no, that's too much on a Thursday. I'm like, it's a Thursday, it's fine, and that goes on for about 30 minutes, and then I shut up because I can't win that argument. You can write that into the canon too. The voids, my void friends? No. I thought about void spirits. That's not a bad idea for a mascot. Void spirits? I don't know. I'm having a lot of ideas just kind of run through my head as we're talking about this. Sometimes they accidentally order you a shot. Is it an accident, or do they just want an excuse to drink more? Void shadows, void whispers. I won't lie. I'm considering if the canon is like people in chat are voices in my head. I'm just hearing the whispers of the void. I'm just hearing I'm hearing voices in my head. I'm making all this up as I go in the stream. Like Mither's crazy. That's the lore. Like everything I'm responding to, I'm imagining this. All of the chats, it's just the whispers in my head, or the shadows. I'm imagining just shadows appear. Actually, that sounds kind of edgy, and I kind of like that. I don't know. These are all interesting. These are all stuff I've kind of considered. But the whispers, I'm like, the Mither fan base is just the voices in my head. I'm making it all up in my as I go along. They do a head count and they count me in instead of skipping over me. Okay, maybe so like they go and it's like in the moment. But I still like to think it's still convenient, right? For your friends. Oh hey, oh no, we actually ordered you a shot. Oh, I guess I'll have to do it. Oh darn. And you don't have to pay for that alcohol. They gotta pay for it. In more ways than one, I would say. Gin tonic's not that much stronger than beer, right? It depends. Like, so beer's like, for an experienced drinker, I mean, for an experienced drinker, I would say so. But like, if it kind of depends, I would say, like, a gin and tonic, most gins are around 40% alcohol. So you have like 2 ounces of that. You have 2 ounces of that. That's not gonna affect you too much. Let's assume you're not on an empty stomach. You've had some food. Beers are typically, I'm gonna say like 3 to 6%. And you could drink a whole one of that and feel fine, but it's gonna depend. Like if you go into the stronger beers, I'd say if you go into stronger beers, then it's gonna be maybe more than gin and tonic. But then that can be said the same if you go into the really strong gins. It really depends on the potency of the alcohol. But I would say on average, like maybe like the same. I would say gin and tonic maybe a little bit stronger. I'd say you'd need less, like a few of those, starting like 2 ounces of gin and like, I don't know, some tonic water to top it off over ice. 2 or 3 of those for someone that's not experienced with drinking to start feeling it pretty good. With a beer, you could probably get away with it with like, that's maybe like 3 to 4 beers, maybe. Maybe more. It really depends on the potency of the alcohol. It also depends on your tolerance for that alcohol, because like I don't drink whiskey very often. Whiskey is obviously a much higher proof than gin, but like if I have an old fashioned, or if I have like a whiskey and tonic, I'll feel different just because I'm not used to like that type of alcohol. If I have a whiskey and tonic, I might start feeling that a little bit more than when I have like one gin and tonic. So it also depends on like the stuff in the drink. Like old fashioned is mostly hard liquor. Gin and tonic is also, I guess you could argue it's mostly tonic water than the hard liquor. But if there's other stuff in the drink, that can also affect how you would feel with the alcohol, or it might take longer for it to hit your system because there's other stuff being processed as you drink. That is not my professional, but that's just my experiences with drinking different stuff. Let's turn into an alcohol stream. It kind of did. It was either that or I was gonna. I mean, I can still do this one other event story, but I mean, I don't mind just being an alcohol stream. Like I like talking about alcohol. I'm fine with that. Actually, well, that did bring up an idea, or an idea, and a thought I had. Oh, why is the stream chat not updating? I see messages come in. Why is it not? What the hell? Why is my stream chat not updating? I see you guys typing, but I don't see my. I have my combined chat updating. That's weird. That's really weird. Did something break? Did my chat widget break? I'm okay. My combined chat is blank now. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to look quickly between 2 different chat windows. But the on-stream chat will be broken, unfortunately. I don't know why. That's strange. Oh, yep. Okay, now I'm getting errors from Restream. Okay, that's not good. Well, hopefully they fix their stuff. Anyway, the idea I had, I've been meaning to do this, but I just need like time. Maybe tomorrow if I get my act together, but probably not. I bought a bunch of gins back in January that I've been tasting, and I want to do like a gin like review or gin ranking stream, where it's like I just go with what gins I have, taste test them all, describe their taste, describe how they feel, and like I rank them like in like a tier list thing. And then I do this every so often when I get new alcohol. You need the mask to protect identity. I mean, yes, but I think it's I don't think it's that. I don't think it's hiding that much, but it's hiding a decent amount of my face. Learning from a man at taste. I would like to think so? Question mark. Oh, excuse me. Definitely when it comes to gin and beer, well, definitely comes to gin, I'd say I have a good taste. Beer, I like certain things. But I think I like to know my way around a decent amount of alcohol, you know? Well, cocktails, maybe in general. I don't know. I'm somewhat versed in alcohol, we'll go with that. You can see there's the low self-confidence. So that, now if I had some alcohol, it'd be like, hell yeah. I know what I'm talking about. I love gin. I like beers. My probably like the two alcohols I would say I have the most like taste in. Got that shit down. You could call it a taste of the void. That's not a bad idea. I think I was gonna go like what's in Mither's alcohol cabinet was gonna be another stream title. Or just Mither gin review. What's in Mither random gin review part 1, something like that. A taste of the void, that's not bad. A taste of the void, like gin reviews, alcohol reviews, something like that. It's not bad. What I need to do is I just need to get like pictures of the bottles I'm actually drinking and like upload them to like whatever like tier list site you can like rank stuff by, because I 100% no one has that, and I probably should have my own so I can like keep the tier list for future installments. That'd be the idea. But I feel like with like the 7 or 8 gins I have in my pantry, in my alcohol cabinets, like I feel like it'd be good. I think it'd be good. People would to like review in front of people. If anything, I can use it for my own historical purposes? Question mark. But I also like I just buy like random, like there's like a website that I've been buying like random gins from, because they have like such a big, it's this website that has like such a big variety of alcohol, and they have a bunch of gin I've never heard of. So I've just been buying like, okay, that one sounds interesting, that one sounds interesting, that one sounds interesting. I buy those, I get those delivered, and then I have them for like, they'll keep me good for like at least 6 months, I would say. I got them in January, so we're in the 2nd month of that. But yeah, they're definitely keep me good for like 6 months, and I can just go dip between different ones that I want to have for that day, depending on what I'm feeling. I also have a Japanese gin that I brought back from Japan that's really good. That's their high strength variety, and it's delicious. Well, yeah, it's delicious. It's strong, but it's very good. It tastes very good. So I could include that. I've been wanting to talk about that one. That one's called Kinobi. That's a great gin. I mean, no one, I'm the one drinking it. No one else is drinking it. But if for some reason that changes, it's really expensive in the States. But in Japan, I mean, it's still kind of expensive in Japan. But it is cheaper in Japan than it is in the States. But it's very good. You join that stream if you don't drink, as long as you find it interesting. I think, in my opinion, the guy who drinks, I would find it interesting to hear about how like people find out, like try to discern tasting notes and what they think this alcohol could be used for, or like best applications for it. Like obviously I'm gonna drink them all as gin and tonics, but like I could be like, okay, like as in a growing, this would be good. A French 75, this would be good. Those are like the main gin cocktails I know of, because those are the ones I've had the most of. But like you could be like, yeah, this is like maybe like you could like these flavors, etc., stuff like that. Like learn about alcohols because you can buy them for your friends. That's all. That's another good reason. You got friends who drink, you could buy them alcohol as a gift. and learn just like what their different flavor profiles are. It obviously depends if they're like what alcohols they like, and I'd be doing like gin mostly, maybe sake as well, but then I have to go buy sake bottles, which I guess sake is, I feel like, is usually more expensive than gin, but it's gonna depend. It's really, it's all gonna be. There are cheap gins, there are cheap sakes, there are expensive gins, expensive sakes, so it just depends. But sake would also be another avenue, because that's my second favorite alcohol, I would say. It's like gin, sake, beer. Flavored soju is good, but flavors be like, ooh, this tastes like strawberry and it tastes sweet and you can barely tell but you're tasting soju, and I'd rank it S tier because it goes down easy and it tastes good. But that's not what the flavor soju rankings would not be very varied. They'd all be like, oh yeah, S, S, A, S, easy enough. But with gins, since there's different types of different botanicals, different flavors you can get out of it, you can play around with it. You can get different flavor profiles. People get messed up if they aren't careful with soju. This is true, because it sneaks up on you. It doesn't taste like much alcohol, and then you drink a whole bottle, and then you feel it. Definitely have it with like some rice or some other snacks. Definitely gotta eat with some food, because it will get you drunk pretty fast. But that's also why it's really good, because you just go through it. You got it, you go through it, done, easy. Tasty. You got strawberry, apple flavor, yogurt, mango, watermelon, soju, and a watermelon. Oh, no, that sounds really good. But that actually reminds me of something I did. I actually did something like that in college, not with watermelon soju, but we did serve it out of a watermelon. I forgot what we called it, but it was like Sprite, vodka, I think some other alcohol, and then the watermelon juice or watermelon pulp. And we like let it sit in the watermelon overnight, and then we served it at like a party. Forgot what we called it. Maybe it was called jungle juice? That kind of fits. I think it was called jungle juice, but it was good. It was good. I mean, it's just watermelon soaking in, or vodka, Sprites, and something else soaking in the watermelon and the watermelon chunks, and that's just good. Nothing wrong is gonna turn out there. It's gonna be watermelon flavored. It's gonna be alcoholic. Alcoholic? It's gonna have alcohol. It'll be sweet from the watermelon and the soda. I think it was Sprite, and it was that was really good. But watermelon soju of watermelon, I mean, it's already gonna be watermelon tasting enough with whatever fake watermelon flavor. Now you just add real watermelon. You can't go wrong. You can't. It's gonna be that's a bestseller easily. And if it's not, I would like to know why. Because that's good. That is good. That's a good idea. It's too bad it's a used to be bar, unfortunately. Because I'm sure they were hits. One of the more interesting cocktails I've had is actually that cocktail place I said that was reservation only. When they first opened, they do like the little twist on classic cocktails. So they had a martini. Normally that's like gin, vermouth, and whatever. I think that's it actually. And some bitters. But they did theirs a little different. It was gin, sake, and a little bit of dashi, like the liquid dashi you use for soups. Like it was like, I think they may have concentrated down, but it's like a little bit of dashi and some bitters, and they mix that all up and then serve it to you in a martini glass. And I remember seeing this on the menu. I'm like, it says dashi and sake in a martini, and like I don't drink martinis normally, but I was like, okay, I have to try this because I've never heard of this combination before. So I did. My dad was there. He also tried it. He didn't like it. He thought it tasted weird. I actually really enjoyed it because you do taste the gin and the sake, and then on the tail end is a little bit of savory. Not a lot, just a little bit, just a hint of dashi flavor. And it's not overpowering. Actually, the like savory saltiness of that dashi goes really well with the gin and the sake. So you have this weird, like, you're drinking alcohol, then you get like a little savory on the tail end, and it's interesting. And I really enjoyed it because it was very unique, and it kind of kept me coming back for more. I want to keep coming back for more sips. But it's definitely probably one of the more off-putting things you're gonna see. If they still had that drink on the menu, because that's not a combination of alcohol and flavors you would expect. Unfortunately, it's not there on their menu anymore because they do a rotation of their modern classic on their modern twists. So that's not there anymore. I don't know what's there actually. I haven't been there in a while. I gotta see what's on their menu. Another time I went, this one I didn't like so much. It was a martini but with olive oil, or like olive oil washed gin or something like that. But there was olive oil in it, and I drank it, and it was just really bitter. The olive oil did something. It just made everything really bitter. I was like, this isn't very good. I didn't tell them that. I'm like, it was fine. I was like, they asked me how it was. I'm like, it's fine. Like, there was no discredit to the bartenders. They mixed it well. They performed the task. Just the drink itself is just like, nah, that's not for me. Not for me. Not for me. Another interesting cocktail. Actually, this has two parts to it. I went without some friends to a coffee place. I don't drink coffee, but they insisted I tried this drink they have there. It's not alcohol. It's an espresso and tonic water. Just those two. No alcohol. Just espresso and tonic water. And I was like, well, I don't really like coffee because I don't like the bitterness afterwards. But I like the coffee flavor without that. So I was like, okay, maybe offset with the tonic water might be cool. So I tried it, and it's weird. It's interesting. That's how I describe it. It's an interesting combination, cause it does cover some of the bitterness, but then you get their espresso flavor that's not really complemented by anything else, and it's not bad. But it's such a weird combination of, like, I never thought to put espresso and tonic water together. And it's like, it's not like it doesn't work, but it's not like it does work. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's somewhere in the middle where it's just weird. It's interesting. Not that I hate it, but I don't hate it, I don't love it. It's just interesting. Does it not mix well? They mix. They do mix. It's just interesting. You get the espresso flavor, you get the tonic water. The bitterness is somewhat muted, but it's still there. But it's just interesting. That's really the one word I can describe it. Because it doesn't really neither overtake the other. They do kind of play together, but it's just a flavor combination, a flavor profile that it feels like it doesn't fit, but it kind of does. It's like this is gonna be a weird. It's gonna be a weird description actually. It's like a forbidden fruit thing. It's like this. I shouldn't, but I did it, and it just feels. It's off, but I don't hate it. And I've had it again. I actually brought it up to my dad, and my dad was like, "What the heck are you talking about?" I'm like, I was like, just sip it. He has an espresso machine. He's like, just sip it, and mix with tonic water. Just tell me. Just keep an open mind. Just tell me. And he's like, he looked at me. He's like, I understand. He's like, I get it. It's weird. It's not bad. It's interesting. It's like a kind of like an off flavor combination, but it's not like it doesn't work. It's just really weird. That said, I would have it again. Maybe with like a little bit more sugar. Like a little bit, like just like a spoonful of sugar mixed in with it. Because It's not bad. It's not bad at all. This leads into what I was originally going to say. I think I brought this up when I was going over my vacation photos, but I was in Korea. They had a gin and tonic with espresso cordial. So espresso cordial alcohol, which I think is probably like espresso flavored alcohol is like 20% or something. It's a low alcohol. It's a lowish alcohol percentage. But they put like a little bit of that in the gin and tonic, and that was really good. I really liked that because I think because I just said the combination with just gin, with just espresso and tonic was weird. Turn that espresso into a cordial, which is just the espresso flavored alcohol. Add that to a gin and tonic, and now there was something else playing there. Oops, sorry, hit the mic. And now there's something else playing there. But the gin is in play. You have like the concentrated alcoholic or semi-alcoholic espresso flavors and the tonic water. That all together was good. That was good. So I think maybe that's the key to making it really good. Is if I don't know, maybe I don't know, maybe a shot of espresso in a gin and tonic. Maybe that's maybe too much. But maybe maybe a shot of espresso in a gin and tonic, not the cordial, the straight up espresso shot. Maybe that's really good. And that probably would that is also kind of dangerous because that's caffeine and alcohol, and that might gonna keep you wired. That's gonna keep you wired. Although I did have an espresso tonic after drinking alcohol, but that was after. I mean, the same nights, but it was after. A beautiful dissonance to take a music analogy. You know what? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's perfect. That's perfect, Dr. Frederick. That's how I would describe the espresso and tonic. A beautiful dissonance. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, I think that fits it perfectly. I'm gonna double check. I know the meaning of dissonance, but I'm pretty sure I do. Beautiful dissection. No. This one. There we go. Yeah, beauty with dissonance. Describe dissonance. How you make dissonance beautiful. They're saying different chords and stuff, but yes, yeah, okay, I do know what I mean. Yeah, I'd say that's perfect. That music analogy is the perfect way to describe that drink. The espresso tonic drink. It's a beautiful dissonance. Let's see, what other interesting cocktails? See, also in Korea, I went to a really nice bar. Probably one of my top favorite bars that I had. They made a drink. They made a martini taste like a caprese salad. I think they like distilled their alcohol with lettuce, and maybe tomatoes, or something with it. I don't know how. I forgot what they did to supplement the mozzarella part. But they had like tomatoes distilled in the alcohol. They had like some balsamic bitters. I forget what they did for the cheese. But other than that, other than the mozzarella, it did taste like a caprese salad. And I was kind of shocked because it was their second most popular drink according to their bartenders. And I mean, it's very interesting. It does the job. It's surprising. I just didn't think it'd be that popular, but they did it. They did it. That was impressive. There was also, I've seen another drink with I think it was like it was a whiskey cocktail, but they use horchata. It's like horchata, bourbon, and something else. And that's actually the first time I had horchata. I haven't had horchata straight. I've only had it in a cocktail. But I mean, horchata is like really good. Was really good in a cocktail. It's gonna be really good outside the cocktail. I think horchata is like cinnamon rice milk or something like that. It's delicious. It's gonna be good. So in the drink, it was fantastic. Because it's super good also because you love cinnamon. I mean, cinnamon is like one of the main flavors of horchata, right? So yeah, if you like cinnamon, you're gonna love horchata. And I liked it with bourbon, so I imagine I would have liked it outside of it. I mean, if it tastes like anything like Cinnamon Toast Crunch Milk, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good no matter what. There's another interesting cocktail. This was, how did they describe this? They called this like the burnt toast cocktail. It was like whiskey, something of an alcohol called falernum, which I don't know what that was, and I think they had like a syrup, a simple syrup that they infused toast, like toast the bits into to give it like that toast like toasty taste. And it actually, like, other the bourbon was good and the falernum, I don't know what the falernum did, but it must have done something because the cocktail tasted very good. And then that burnt toast flavor came to him, like, huh, that is bizarre, but also really good. I can't believe they got like toast flavor into a drink, let alone into a simple syrup. Ooh, that reminds me of a different one. A different type of syrup. There was I really wish they still had this cocktail. One bartender made a cocktail for a competition, and it was a hojicha whiskey, or I think a hojicha bourbon cocktail. And it was hojicha, I think it was bourbon, hojicha tea, brown sugar syrup, and then he made, or either bought, or he said he made homemade boba, and he used it as a garnish, and it was great. It might be my favorite drink to come out of that place, and it was only a limited time thing because it was just for the competition he made it for, and it was so good, and it's not there anymore, but it was great. It was so good. It was like there for like a month. I only got it once, but I would have wished I had it more. It was good. He said homemade boba. And like, I don't have any cause to not believe him at all. It could be he just bought the boba and like made it at his house, like he reheated it, like reconstituted there, which I'm fine with. I don't care, but like, man, that was good. It was a certain little toothpick. You ate the boba off it. They were good. It was good boba. It was good boba. It was like pretty firm boba. It was like, it wasn't like overly soft, probably because it hasn't been soaking in any tea right now or anything. But it was like covered in like brown sugar syrup. It was sweet and yummy. But that drink was so good. That drink was so good. I wish that became a permanent menu item. It wouldn't have. It would have been a rotating item regardless. But man, I want that to come back. That was so good. I love that drink. I miss that drink. I am getting heated about the drink. It was a delicious drink, and I wish I went back more times when it was there, because I would have just ordered that, and I was like, oh, this is the good stuff. I like it when bartenders get creative with cocktails. Like, you can do a lot of stuff in mixology. I thought about like maybe trying to do like some stuff with that, but that requires me to buy a lot more ingredients, and I kind of just like making simple stuff. Gin and tonic's easy. An old fashioned is technically easy if I was more into bourbon. I've had some old fashions, but not so many. But, yeah, mixology is cool. You can do a lot of different. You can go crazy with it. Such a West Coast drink. Well, we got boba, hojicha. I don't know how popular hojicha. I don't really hojicha a lot in the States, but like, yeah. West Coast would be the thing. It'd be more often than not if I had to put a guess. Bourbon's everywhere though. It's probably the boba and the hojicha. Makes it more like a West Coast. There's no boba on the East Coast. No wonder your sister was grouchy all the time. No, there is. Well, in my very limited time to the East Coast of the United States, I mean, I guess we're counting Florida, but the area of Florida that I've been to, there was not a lot of Asian influence. There's like very few Asian restaurants. I didn't see any boba places there in that area of Florida that I visited. I've been to Philadelphia and New York once, and there is some boba in those cities, but outside that, I'm not sure. And I think Dr. Fur just confirmed that there's very few boba places in very big. There's few boba places in very big cities, but it's not very popular. Yeah, that seemed the case. that seemed the case. The one I went to in Philadelphia did not have a lot of people going to them. The few, actually I did see a bunch in New York, I think, but I think New York might have more Asian influence over there. But not a lot, not as many as I've seen on the west coast of the United States. More European influence. Oh yeah, definitely more. There's definitely more. I think there's better European food on the East Coast. You definitely got more of that influence because the ports are right there. But there's some. I mean, that's the part like the good pizza in New York. And there was a lot. I had some good hummus when I was in Philadelphia, but I was like really impressed because I hadn't had good hummus anywhere else. And then all of a sudden, this one place that got recommended to me in Philadelphia was amazing. The hummus was creamy, it was flavorful, they had toppings that were delicious. It was awesome. I haven't had hummus better than that place. But when two places are all over Hawaii, oh I bet there's a lot of Asian influence, a lot of crossover in Hawaii. Been East Coast since you were a teen, so I can't say much about you remember. Mostly stick to the West Coast. West Coast is also closer. You don't have to fly as far to go to West Coast US from Hawaii than the East Coast. But I think in general, it's just, I think there's more European influence on the East Coast, more Asian influence on the West Coast. Based on what I've seen, I'm basically basing this off the food I've eaten. I would say like there's still some good Asian food on the East Coast, but I think there's better on the West Coast. And then vice versa with European food. Like there is like I feel like there's like some German inspired places. Like near me, and I say German inspired because that's really what they are. They're not like traditional, but they're definitely inspired like by a German beer house. And they're not bad, not great, they're not bad. I say if you don't go with expectations of like an actual German beer house. I haven't been to one, but I mean I've seen pictures. Definitely doesn't feel like it. And the prices don't match. The prices don't match either. Although one I do really like, it's more fusion, but it's a good fusion. Like they have craft beer, they have hot dogs and burgers and sausages and really good tater tots. I'm like, yes, the foods. I like that food. I like your beers. I like the fusion. I like the fusion style. But on the East Coast, I would say like, yeah, definitely better European food. More influence of that. Let's be a long way to the East Coast from Hawaii. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it'd definitely be a long way. I don't know, it'd be like what, 8 hours? No, longer. No, much longer. No, like 11 hours probably to the East Coast. If I had to guess from Hawaii. And Asian food's probably even better in Hawaii. I bet it is because it's kind of a melting pot is there in Hawaii as well for I mean just all the different types of cultures that come out to visit that settle there. Combine Hawaiian food with Japanese, Korean, Chinese food. You're gonna get some. I'd say you get some good, tasty results. I don't think you could go wrong. I assume, probably not. Highly unlikely. I mean, it can happen, but it can happen anywhere, right? Right. Mither's right. That's also canon. That's also canon. You know, even though I'm not playing the game's got great BGM for just talking. I wonder if I could find this BGM. I wonder if it's... You know what? I don't think I've been flagged. It's probably It's probably either DRM free or copyright free. Probably. If I could find the name of this, I could probably find it. I could probably download. Well, let's not say download. I could probably use it, assuming I don't get flagged. But I haven't been flagged with anything reverse 1999 related yet. So I assume, yeah, I'd probably be safe. I might do that because this is very soothing. I like the violins. It's nice. You might try to go to sleep. Well, that's fair. You gotta rest up so you can recover from your illness. Your body's. I bet it's exhausted. It's probably, yeah, no, it's definitely some recovery from what you've said earlier, Kit Kat. Yeah, I mean, you should lay down if you're feeling tired. I'll probably just end the stream. I was gonna play this story, but like, I still got work tomorrow. Dr. Frederick also says goodnight, Kit Kat. I don't know. You can, oh, the chat's working on streaming. You might be able to see it, hopefully. Yeah, see you next time, Kit Kat. Have a good night. Feel better. Feel better. Oh, she did see it. Kit Kat says good night. Kit Kat says good night, Dr. Frederick. Assuming it should show in the stream chat. Is this what the void always sounds like? Usually the void is empty. I gotta play my own music in the void. Usually it's empty. This is convenient video. This is just convenient game music. But this might be stuck in my head. So if you think about if you think about the void only having the music that you can conjure up, as long as you think about this, then this can be some void music. But in general, the void is silent. Only sounds are what you make of it. But that's also nice because then it's a blank canvas for you to do work on. To make your own impression. Which is good. It can be lonely sometimes. But I've gotten used to it. It's not like I'm alone all the time. But I do appreciate my alone time. Hell, I guess this even counts. I mean, I'm talking to you guys in chat. But like, physically, I'm by myself. But you know, not too bad. It's not too bad. Man, I've been talking a lot. I didn't expect to talk for so much. Which is nice. It's been a long time since I've been able. Well, a long time. It's been like a week or so, I think, since I was able to stream. Something like that. But it's nice. Feels good. I also didn't like talk that much today at work because there was, well, I went into the office and there was none of my team was there, so really didn't have any reason to talk to anybody. I didn't have any meetings, so very quiet, very silent day for Mither. Which, I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind, but then when I have to start doing a bunch of talking, then I have to kind of shift my brain. Like, okay, the words need to start flowing again. You need to start flowing. You need to start talking. Like, but I'm gonna be tripping over words. This guy happened. You gotta do it. And then I think I stumble for the first 30 minutes, and then I'm somewhat good. Hell, as long as you guys can understand me now, that's all that matters. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe I need to be better. It works. I'm overthinking this. Okay, but I think I'm gonna stop. I'll probably just do this event story another time or in my spare time. But no, this was fun. The game is fun, but also just talk about alcohol, food, experiences. I enjoyed that. It sounds like everyone else enjoyed it, which I'm glad. I'm glad this was fun to listen to. Cause you never know. You never know, so I rely on you guys to tell me. Glad to hang out. I'm good. I'm glad you like hanging out. Since I don't really do like talking streams, I rely on the game. Just when the topic comes up that I'm interested in, I just jump on it. And then whether or not it's game related is besides the point. But I'm glad it was a fun time. I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow. Maybe. Probably Kirby or Code Vein. Not Reverse 99 again. Probably something. I haven't played Kirby or Code Vein in a while, and I need to play those. Because there's so many games coming out that I may want to buy. We'll see. But it's also kind of tentative. Work should be fine, but I don't know. I still have to be. I'm still monitoring stuff for stuff I've worked on the last 2 weeks, so I need to be on call, which I hate a lot. But it should be fine. But if not, then hopefully I can stream tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, maybe Saturday or Sunday. Hopefully. I'm hoping this is the start of return to somewhat normal streaming. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Only time will tell. Only my work will tell. And really don't want it to go stressful again. But alright, I'm gonna call it. So hopefully stream tomorrow. If not, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And hopefully see you next time. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Alright. Bye-bye. Have a good night. Take care.